Alright, bar any complications, we should be live, up and running, everything should be good. What is happening? Big fucking game today, for those that aren't aware. Champions League, match day 1, big result needed at the Derqui. We really need to get a result here. This is not a fucking drill. We need to make progress over the 2 points that we got last year, and it starts today. This is a group we can realistically compete in, at the very least push to still be in Europe, and it starts with this. Probably the second hardest away game out the lot, but it's good to get it out the way early, shake those nerves out, and realise what type of group we're in for in general. But how's everyone doing? It's nice to see you, Joe. How you doing, Chief? Shouting out the channels you can watch them on. It's on BT Sports 1, I think. Yeah, BT Sports 1. Sorry, I had to double check to be sure. If you're in the UK, but obviously if you're in Ireland, that's a place you can watch it too. How you doing, Craig? Nice to see you as well, and Noam as well. Nice. We got a few people in early. That's always a big pog, but yeah, I mean, I've been looking into the lineups and stuff like that, and just pulling everything up now so we can take a look at them. But we'll start with the probabilities and things like that. Obviously, it's not looking good for us early on. Let's admit that much. You know, we've got a bit of a performance to put on the day. We've only got 19% odds to win it, which is fair enough. It's an understandable thing. We're not known for playing well away, but we do have history of getting results in the Netherlands. We've done it before with Ajax. We've had good results all across the board in different countries. The only one that I'm scared of is Germany, so we just don't win there for whatever reason. But any other country we can realistically give games. Think in Spain, you know, we'll be playing Atletico. We had results against Real Betis. There's definitely things that we can do. Just getting everything up and running here, but obviously Feyenoord are the favourites. We'll start with their lineup, and it makes the most sense to anyway. But they've got a couple of good players that you might recognise, but it'll be, I mean, it depends on your ball knowledge. But I'll tell you right now, that Stengs is the one to watch. He has been on fire early on for Feyenoord. He is a good player, one definitely to watch. But they've got Wallenrother, Trauner and Hanko, and I know Hanko used to play for CSK Moscow because we played him before, back in like 2012-13 I believe, and he was a pretty good defender for them then. Obviously we've got Hartman, Timber and Weifler as well. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that out of respect for the fact that I don't speak Dutch. That is a hell of a name, but I think it's Geertruida. I'm going to guess Geertruida. But we've got Paxiao and Vanisic, sorry, going through the names one by one, and we've got Minte as well. There's definitely good potential for them. Obviously the formation that they play, they're very attacking, they're very similar to how Celtic set up, which is why I'm going to get into my score predictions in a second, but it's going to be high scoring. I definitely feel like this is one of those games where anything can kind of happen. Obviously Celtic's lineup, there is one or two changes that you might have not expected, but the midfield, I was speaking about it with my mate Jordan earlier on, it seems that it is the lineup that we're going for. We've got Hart starting in net, that's no real surprise, but our fullbacks are Taylor and Johnston. We like that, no complaints. We've got Scales and Lagerbielke, which is the kind of fallback pairing I was expecting. Obviously there was kind of talks if someone else would come in for this type of game, if Phillips would get the start. It's not, it's Lagerbielke, but I've got no complaints with that at all. But we've got Hatate, McGregor and O'Reilly. A lot of people were saying that Turnbull wasn't made for this type of game. I agreed with that. I think Hatate's passing is a crucial aspect of what's needed to get a result through this 90 minutes anyway. Hatate makes more sense to start. But obviously the front three, Palmer starts on the right. Now we haven't seen too much of him, at least from a starting perspective, but I hope, based on what we've seen on the last match day, he's got pace, he can move and he can cause problems. Obviously Maeda starts as well, and Furuhashi, our main boy, our main star, he's got the nod, and obviously our captain's going to be holding that line in the midfield as well. There's obviously good substitution choices that both teams can make. Obviously Turnbull's been placed on the bench, but we've got names we can pick from. Obviously a couple of names to make up the numbers, if you will, but obviously we've got players like Paulo Bernardo that we can rely on, but counterpoint to Feyenoord, they do have players too. Van der Belt's a good player, and obviously Lamprau is a player that I think has had a lot of experience playing in the Feyenoord system. I don't know if my brain's just rotten or what. But how you doing, Alan? It's nice to see you as well, Chief. But we've got a hell of a game. How you my boy? Nice to see you as well, man. I think you were in my Discord. And that's a thing, by the way, that a Discord is now a thing. If you go down into the description of this VOD or stream or wherever you're watching it. If you're watching it live, it will be down in the description. If you're watching it as a VOD, it will be in like the description box. But there's a link that you can join our Discord in if you want to chat shit after the game and stuff like that, because that's that's what I tend to do anyway. But we'll kind of leave the lineups up. Now, there was games earlier on in the Champions League for those that didn't see it. I know Leipzig were playing against, I've already forgot, my brain's shut off, Young Boys, I believe, but I'm not sure how that one ended. I know it was 1-1 at half time, but the other game that I was watching was the Newcastle the Newcastle and AC Milan game, and that one was pretty good too. That one was pretty interesting. It definitely had a lot of weird aspects to it. I thought Newcastle were going to be a lot more attacking, but they just basically defended for 90 minutes and grabbed themselves a pretty crucial point. Obviously the other game is Atletico and Lazio. We'll be keeping tabs on that alongside as well, obviously, but we've got only a few minutes until we kick off, so that's something that brings me great joy. Obviously, what are the other games actually? I think Man City are playing Red Star, right? That's a game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually know, but yeah, just making sure everything's fine on this end. There's no audio bombing through or what. Interesting. You've started your push now. But yeah, predictions, Leipzig won 3-1, fuck's sake. There you go, that sums it up. But I'm thinking, in terms of this game, I'm hoping for a draw. Ideally, that's what I'd like to see, you know, at least a good fight. I think it's going to end 2-2, that would be my kind of prediction, because Celtic aren't known for defence, Feyenoord also not really known for defence. It's one of those ones where you're like, yeah, it's forgivable, whatever way you kind of swing towards, if that makes sense. But I'm just going to pull this up, because that makes the most sense, and then we'll look for it for there. But we have kick off in about 3 or 4 minutes, so this is where the nerves kick in, because at the very least I want to see progress, minimal progress. I want to at least see a win in this group, because I know we're not favourites to go through by any means. I'm not expecting to finish, you know, top of the group and dominate or anything, but I expect a little bit of competitiveness to us. I would like to see it anyway. Let's have a look. I believe it's this one. Should be, yep. But I don't know, man. Feyenoord's formation kind of makes it a little bit awkward, because it's not a formation that we're used to kind of playing against. Is there a reason that it's freezing? Okay then, fair enough. We'll just refresh and go again. There you go, exactly, let's go, man. We just need a solid performance. Ideally, just start fast. I mean, we were talking about it in the last game against Dundee. We needed to come out and pop them in the second half, and that's exactly what we did. You're thinking 3-2 for Celtic, so you're in the same boat. You know that we're going to concede. As much as I love to think that Hart would do a madness and keep a clean sheet, it's highly unlikely with how much of a threat Feyenoord have to offer. Not the doing, but not too bad anyway, Skull. A little tired, but otherwise I'm alive and well. White cherry gelato. To be fair, not a bad fucking call. Oh god, here we go. The players are doing their nice little walkout. Everyone's getting prepared and ready to go. Just making sure that this wants to load for me. There we go. That's the completely wrong match. There we go. That's the one I was wanting. Sucks doing all this shit through your laptop, I swear to God. I usually do this through my PC, but we're up and running now, yeah. It's going through the lineup. Excited then, Joe. Nice to see you, man. 3 AM. Well, we'll do our best to make it interesting for you, man. But we run through the lineups one last time because we're literally about to kick off. But for those that haven't seen it, we've got Wallenrother, Hartman, Hancold, Trauner, and Gertruda, Wyflot, Timber, Ivanovic, Stengs, and Pachial with Minte coming up front, or Minte, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, sorry if I have mispronounced it, I just don't speak Dutch very well. But we've got Hart, Scales, Lagerbielk, Johnston, Taylor, Hatate, McGregor, O'Reilly, Palmer, Furuhashi, and of course Maeda starting as well. We're going to need these boys to burn a fuck ton of pace. There's a little moment of silence for obviously the Morocco and Libya incident, which is more than fine and respectable, but will give us a little refresh, because we should. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I think it's because it's about to kick off. We'll get another refresh and we should be... well, it's probably as we're not kicked off yet, to be honest with you, but there is definitely a lot for us to play for, boys. We need to start fast, start fucking fierce, and don't do anything stupid. We're wearing the weird kind of third kit. I'm still deciding if I like it or not. It just kind of looks like a Spotify promotion, if that makes sense. But I've got faith in these boys to give us a good show today. I'm not expecting us to kill, but at least just don't capitulate. If we fucking capitulate, I will be... let's say very upset. Very upset. I'll be angry as fuck. But we have officially just rolled the ball. We're on the way. Things start from here. Let's go straight away. We're trying to look for options. Kyogo's trying his best to hold central here. There's definitely things that we can do a bit quicker out the gate, but no real complaints with what I'm seeing so far. Feyenoord have immediately engaged the high press. We knew this was going to happen. We know they're going to extend the line as fast and as fucking fierce as possible. So we just have to kind of stifle them whenever it's necessary. And immediately Attack's trying to get fired in there. There's an immediate ball through. Timber's knocked it forward and there could be a run in from Minty straight away. Cleared away by Scales. He's going to play a big role tonight, especially if Lagerbielk's going to step forward and do all the stuff that we expect him to do. Thank you whoever just subscribed, by the way. We're making a push towards 1,000 by the end of the year. If you can subscribe, that would be a massive help. Thank you very much though. Feyenoord are going to roll it forward. Let's see where they go. Hanko's just kind of rolled it out wide, and this is where I think the goals are going to come from. That high line press for both teams. It's going to be interesting to see how it kind of pieces together over like the first 10-15 minutes or so. I mean, to be fair, like, the Feyenoord fans are in good voice, by the way. I can't fault it, man. Their stadium's fierce and you got to love their fans. They're basically just the Dutch version of us. It's a good ball forward. It's not going to find anyone for Feyenoord. Hart's just going to get it back out towards Taylor, and runs could be on here if he wants to skip past his man, and does exactly that. Could be something here. Gets a nice little deflection and we can make a run of it. Yeah, I mean, he absolutely deserves the run of form, man. I mean, from the Old Firm game where everyone was kind of sarcastically going, you know, is he good? The wind's just blowing my window open, that's fabulous. But as long as we play fast, man, that's the thing. We just need to play quicker than them. Feyenoord are a team that thrive on chances the same way we do. And there's Maeda into the box straight away. It's deflected and might be over for either a corner or it's out of play. I think it's a corner. Maeda did really well to run onto that pass from Palmer. Does beautifully, but it kind of kicks up off his leg and it scuffs the shot over the bar. No complaints there at all, but it's a good start for us. We get the first chance. It's over the bar, but exactly what we need. They were doing a check for VAR. I'm going to be honest with you, though, it's not a penalty. That was a more than fair challenge. They kind of harsh to give it away, but now it's Celtic's turn to play that high line press, and we've won the ball back quite high up. There could be a move on, although that one's going to be offside. And the first cut's put some good stats in chat there. Drawn 5, lost 15 in the last 20 Champions League. Yeah, we just ideally need to show that we're fierce, because last season that was a big thing. We showed a lot of passion, we showed the right grit, but we just couldn't defend. And I would just like to see some composure, at least from that midfield back, because we always score goals. Celtic are a team that will always score goals. I don't think that's ever going to be a problem for us. It's built into this club. But defending's a whole other story. And I just want to see consistency there. Scales deserves the chance. Lagerbielk was brilliant when he came on against Dundee, so my fingers are crossed that these boys play ball. I hope so anyway. Let's see where this one goes. It's a high-end throw, and to be fair, Celtic have started the better of the two teams, which is certainly not what I was expecting, but it's what I love to see. Good little bounce around for Feyenoord, though, and they can kind of start a break and push towards it. How you doing, Matt? Nice to see you, Chief. There's a good tackle though, beautiful work for Johnston to kind of force it, although I think they've pulled it back for him. Curious to see how that one kind of worked out, because he did, yeah, no, Lagerbielke just seen it off the ball, yeah, just kind of shoulders him, it's a foul. Straight to the throat, ugh. Definitely not intentional, you can see that much, but it was certainly, oh, shot there at 780, thank you very much. Yeah, I know, first cut, man, but again, we just have to put faith in our youngsters. That's what Celtic used to do, you know what I mean? I remember when I was a kid, one of the seasons that we got into the Champions League was because we took a gamble on starting Forest. Against, well, I mean, they were called Shakhtar but Shakhtar Karanagi or something like that back then, but Shakhtar Donetsk now. I mean, they're trying to claim a red card. It's definitely not a red card though, because it comes across naturally. It's definitely not an intentional foul, so it's played on quickly, and straight away Feyenoord are looking to push up that left hand side, forcing good passes, and tell you what, that could have been awkward for Hanko if the press was engaged just a bit quicker. Atati's there to force it. It's a little awkward, but it gets out towards the right hand side for Feyenoord actually. Good bounce for them. And they'll just look to kind of steady the ship. Here's Timbert. Rolls it into space. That's, yeah. I like the shape that we've got. We're holding a good shape. We're holding that line that we kind of need to hold. I'm composed with that. I'm quite happy with a good roll out here. Here's Palmer. Gets rolled in. That will be a foul for us surely. Yep. And we'll have a chance to swing one in for deep if we choose to. Could just play it quick low, and that's exactly what we decide to do. Scales to Lagerbielke. Let's see where this one goes. Johnston. Well rolled for Scales. There could be options on here. Back out towards Taylor. Good ball over for Palmer. Really good touch from him as well, and there could be something on here. He's still got that run going, but he's cut out brilliantly by Stengs, and that's what I'm saying. That boy's mad talented at dropping deep when he needs it. But good work from us. That could have been awkward though. Scales does a really good pass into space. We still have it high up. Here's McGregor keeping the move going. This is fucking fantastic. We're starting with purpose. There's a good ball through. Go on, Palmer. Chase that, son. Does keep up with it. He's forcing the issue. Don't mind that at all. That could have been awkward for them. They kind of force it out to their own credit, but it's a throw in quite high up in their area. The longer we keep them pressed, the better it is for us. Here's Palmer, tries to keep it, but the number 14's done well to get clear with it. Bounces around, still very much in their area though. McGregor's rolled it into space. Palmer to Taylor. Good feet work again, but oh, it's just a little too far. McGregor's going to get to it. There's a 50-50 slide challenge. Both of them collide with it. Should be a throw in for us. Feyenoord fans ain't happy, but it is very much the case. I have my Discord closed, Flash, just for the sake of it crashes. I'll check it at half time then. Or actually, I can check it on this in like 2-3 minutes. When there's like a break in play, I'll check it. Here's Johnston, he'll try and roll it. Could move it into space, does exactly that. Can force the issue here. Scales, go on son, move it. Good shit. Taylor into space again. Opts to go back, that's fine as long as you're keeping the ball. This is much better than I thought I was going to see. That's one back well by Feyenoord though. Good push, a thing in there. Aye, you went out. Aye, because I had my Discord open until about half an hour before the game started then. I was speaking to a fella called Matt in the Discord. He was asking for tips on streaming. There's a good ball forward. Here's Kyogo. Chase that, son. Holds it up brilliantly. There could be a run on here. What's our great number 8 going to try and do? Rolls it into space. Gets it to Hatate. Rolls it forward. Still very much in their area. Maeda's keeping the pressure on and alive. Decent work for the... Oh, really good work for the defender. Hanko manages to get out towards the right back and it's forward, but Maeda's won it back. Here's a chance for us. It's a slightly loose pass, but it finds Palmer. Ball over to the... I mean, no offence, Maeda's many things, but he's not tall. It's a bit of a loose cross. But then again, very good for us. Absolutely loving this. This is the thing, I mean, they were talking about it before the game, the kind of managerial experience, all the all the managers have. Obviously, you have like some incredible managers. I mean, the one that I'm fearing is Sarri, because Lazio has been very different under Sarri. Like, very much to their credit, but there are things that we can do to limit them. And again, we can start by doing well here, and for the first kind of 9 minutes or so, I can't say there's been a single complaint. There's Scales getting wiped off the ball. It should be a foul, but I think they'll just roll out the advantage because it's, I mean, rolling towards Hart. There's no real pressure on it. It's McGregor to Johnston, back in towards McGregor. Ball sent forward. Good take from Maeda, but he's kind of been pulled back there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a foul or not. They say no. Throw in Feyenoord. Immediately they'll look for options. Stengs just rolls it back into their midfield. Good touch and go between the two of them. Stengs to Timber, tries to force it. Long ball, they're looking for Minte. It's just not quite been controlled. Johnston's done well to hold it up. He loses it out though. It's a little bit argy-bargy at the minute. No complaints on it though. How you doing, Stephen? Nice to see you, man. Ball's been kind of rolled out towards that space. Feyenoord, they're just trying to kind of command the midfield, but Celtic are challenging them every step of the way, although that's a really good ball through. Everyone's been bundled and pulled over. Feyenoord get it under control and it's rolled into the feet of Hart and cleared away by Scales. That's Feyenoord's first big chance of the game. I think it's been called up for offside anyway, but just shows how quickly Feyenoord can move when they have purpose. Very good counter indeed, but let's see, was it? Yeah, it was maybe offside. It looks very close. I wish I could show it, man, but if I did, then copyright channel taken down, all that good jazz. And you know, I've committed to this for like a year now, so I'm not willing to risk that. But it's on BT Sport. I mean, Celtic TV probably has it as well, I'd imagine. But I mean, I'm watching it through BT Sport, but it's also on a bunch of other channels. I think the game's going to end 2-2. That's my honest prediction, but the one that I'm hoping for is like a clean 7-0 win for us, Dylan. But I think it's going to realistically be like a 2-2 type of game. Maybe a 3-2 swing, because I mean, early on both teams have made relatively good chances. This is the thing, that we're more similar to Feyenoord than a lot of people kind of realise. We play the same hyper-aggressive counter-pressing style. It's kind of built into the club's nature, and I mean, Feyenoord are playing fierce, Celtic are playing fierce too. This is the type of game I was hoping to see. Good bounce around, it could bounce anyway, and it's O'Reilly. It's a slightly loose pass and kind of rolled away. 3-1 to Celtic, you're thinking, Skull? And you're thinking 2-1 to Celtic? I mean, the common theme is that everyone thinks Feyenoord's going to score though. We're not delusional, we understand that there's going to be risks when you play attacking away from home. I've got no complaints for what I've seen so far. Good roll out, could go anywhere. It's not going to find anyone. Kyogo will put the pressure on. It's just going to be kind of cleared down. That's going to have a light, easy time of things. Out towards Gertruda. Asko's just going to roll it back for well and further. That could have been awkward. Hatate kind of gauged that press a little higher, although it's left the midfield space open, and Feyenoord looked to expose it immediately straight out towards that left hand side. Rolled back. Let's see where that one decides to go. Preferably far to fuck away from net. And it is, thank God. We keep it under control and we can move. Oh, that's a iffy tackle for the Feyenoord, man. I was going to say it's definitely an advantage foul. It's getting a little bit fierce now. It's getting a wee bit fierce, just a tad. I mean, yeah, O'Reilly won the back. It's the studs. I think that was probably why the advantage was given. I was going to say it was kind of like a fair 50-50 tangle, but the studs were showing it as absolutely a foul. Asko's got it from the back, and here can Feyenoord have broken with numbers, although Maeda's put the burners on to get in the way of it. Johnston will throw his body in. It's very, very fierce between both of them. Feyenoord knock it forward looking for options. It could be awkward, gets hit across. Not quite dealt with from Celtic, played in towards the back stick, although no one's there on the run, and Johnston will just kind of come out and close the gap beautifully, wins the 50, gets decked. It should be a foul, and It's given the Feyenoord fans are in full voice now. Tired chance, I love to see it. Yeah, the last 20 minutes, the first 20 and the last 20 are always very crucial in Celtic games for a lot of different reasons. But Johnston's throwing himself in it, man. For a dude that's just come back for injury, he's got no quarrels about breaking his limbs again. It's a beautiful challenge. Ball's going to be rolled into space. Here's Lagerbielke. Just opt for the simple pass, and immediately Johnston looks for the rollout, and it's a really good ball and a good touch as well for O'Reilly. It's been bobbled around, it's came off his hand, but they've just waved advantage, more than fair enough, to be honest with you. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's never a good virtual. Jesus, I feel sorry for you, bro. Doing my best to keep you updated. It's a hell of a start for you so far though, man. Let's goes looking for roots out, gets it into space. Here's Timber, that's good for Feyenoord, but even better for us to win that back. Here's a chance for us. Rio Atai for range, hits it for, oh, he gets the right idea. It's not quite enough power on it, but certainly the right idea. Just runs into that central area. And remember how I said against Dundee, the biggest issue was how we couldn't get central. We've took that to heart this game. Tried to get it into the middle there, and it's a beautiful run for Rio. He just doesn't find a powerful enough shot. He's too technical to just hit it. Fair enough, well, that's exactly what we need to see. Good start for us, man. I'm liking this. Played out towards their left hand side. Let's see where they go with that. It's an awkward one for them, and Celtic are more than happy to just roll them out of play. I think it's a throw in for us, it is. Johnston immediately looks towards, well, I was going to say Scales, but that's not the blondest man on the pitch, that's Lagerbielke. There, Scales gets it there. Eventually straight into the midfield space. Hatati's under a bit of pressure, but he's too calm to be shaken off by 2 or 3 individuals, and just kind of rolls it back to our defensive side. That's a lot awkward though. Engage the press, man. Side to side isn't exactly the smartest thing to do with a sweeping counter-attacking system like Feyenoord's. Eventually we get it out from the back, and it's a forced ball, and eventually just kind of cleared out. Oh yeah, literally every replay is just 2 legs coming in at like fucking Mach 10. It's really good. It's a genuinely really good game. It's hard to kind of decipher who's been the better side, because Feyenoord have been pressing consistently, but Celtic are counter-attacking just as good. It's such a fantastic... This is... I'm encouraged. I like this. If we get a goal, I'll be fucking through the roof, ecstatic, man. It's played into space, although Feyenoord are going to cut that one out. Rio's just about done enough to get that back into space. Joe Hart's going to take a touch, rolls it out towards Lagerbielke. Nice little dink into space, looking for options. Feyenoord have won it back high up, although McGregor just says fuck you, fuck that, and fuck the whole thing, and just clears it. We'll love to see it. Played into space again though for Feyenoord. Again, this is what I'm saying, it's very much about energy. If we burn out, 1-1 draw, you think, Alexander? I don't disagree with you. I'll use my telepathy, mate. Hold on, let's see where we're going. Right, it's what's it doing in your toilet, Virtual? What the fuck, man? Ah, you better find it pronto though, because you're missing out on some prime football right now, man. Oh, we've won it back high up. Here's Rio Atai. Deflected off the Hanchko. It's a good another really good counter-attack press for us, man. This is good. We just need to start getting it past the defenders and we're on to something. It's another good block for their defensive line though. That's the advantage of them playing with that kind of flat 3 almost. Because their fullbacks kind of push up and in behind us. Ah, how you doing, Anton? Nice to see you. Yeah, I think about half of Scotland would blow their tops if we scored that one. Let's be real. It's a chance for Feyenoord on the edge of the D though. It's played out. Could be awkward. Here's Timber. Back to get through that. It's won back by us, but it's not going to be collected by us. Yep, correct. It's just going to be slowly gathered and rolled forward. More than content with that. Just keep that flat as fuck. I like that we're keeping our shape static. We're not moving it any more than we have to. How you doing, Shane? Nice to see you, man. Oh yeah, no, Amsterdam. See, whenever there's a Champions League, like I'd say there's like 4 countries that always do Champions League nights right, and that's Serbia for Red Star Belgrade, and you know, like I mean, they just do it right with the flares and pyrotechnics and stuff like that. I would say you'd give Scotland the other one, because as much as you hate to admit it, Scotland bring the heat. We know how to make an atmosphere. Even away from home, you can hear our fans singing. But the other two that are so underrated, and so underrated, is Germany and the Netherlands. I don't know what it is, but the Netherlands just have a like friendly kind of bite to them. I like the Dutch league. I think they're a very underrated system, to be honest with you. Palmer's stayed down, that's not good for us. If it's actually in your toilet, Netherworld, you owe me £1,000 legally. Kyogo's time to shine in Europe. I think so. I mean, he's had a very composed opening kind of stage to this game. No real complaints at all. You know what I mean? We've done the simple stuff right, and I mean, Feyenoord, give it their credit, they're doing their best to kind of force the issue. But Palmer's down with a slightly bloody nose. I think he's been knocked a little bit, but again, it's a very physical match, and that was not what I was expecting. I thought it would be attacking, absolutely, but for the way that this game's unfolded, especially in the opening 20 minutes or so, it's been like that, basically. You would think Feyenoord would have the ball and then Celtic would have one or two. Shit, fuck, man. I need that, Granty. It's all good though, man, it's all good. It will be somewhere stupid, it always is, if you can't find it in the places that it always is. It's like under a cushion, or in a cushion, or under the fucking couch. Yeah, Palmer's just been allowed back onto the field. That's what we love to see. We're making options though. The Feyenoord manager's not happy with the time that it's taking, and I agree to an extent, but it's a bus nose. You can't really leave the pitch until it's stopped. He's back on though, and everyone's rolling ball again. Here's Scales trying to find options. Doesn't quite find anyone though. You got to love that for them, man. But it's probably because, I mean, if you think about it, the big three in the Netherlands play in red and white, don't they? Don't know what it is, they just really like the colours. There's a good chase for Maeda, I'll tell you what, man, we're doing our best to bite into them when we have to. But Feyenoord are starting to just deliberately slow the play down. They're looking to kind of draw and bait us in and then pop it. You can tell by the way that their fullbacks are spaced more out than they were in the first five. If anyone's watching the game live, you can probably attest to what I'm seeing. Yeah, because they're trying to bait Maeda in and then go straight down the wings every single time, and you can see it coming, and so can Celtic. That's why we've got three bodies lining it, but quick switches are going to be a big thing for Feyenoord now. Go straight back down that left hand side, trying to find options. It's rolled out. It's Tim Bear, where's he going to go? Rolls it out for go try that. Or go through that. I still don't know how to pronounce it, I'll never learn. Paul Campbell, nice. How you doing, Paul? Yeah, I mean, maybe, but why is there no blue in them then? Although, to be fair, Ajax's away kit's sometimes blue, and so is, I guess it is their kind of national colours. I like Feyenoord's badge the most because of the gold in it. Anything with gold in it's Paul Campbell has a goal in it. Fair enough. Rolled out towards Joe Hart. Let's see where this one decides to go. He's taking his sweet fucking time with it, but eventually picks out a pass. Feyenoord win it back. It's just going to roll off and straight out for another goal kick. Back of the... Oh my god, now everyone's doing it. Rick Grimes! Coral! I said stay back, Coral! How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope the apocalypse hasn't killed you too much, you know. Oh, here we go. I was going to say that was a really good ball for McGregor, but it literally went right into like two Feyenoord players. It bounced in our favour though, Scales. Under control, Agabilk. Is there a fucking tornado outside my window? Excuse me, pal. Fall off. Oh, here's a chance for Feyenoord. Why is it whenever I look away they fucking suddenly teleport out to our edge of our box? That's their shot and target, but it's just bounced clean off of one of our defenders, although they've got 8 bodies basically pincered Celtic in. They're looking for options and routes. It's very, very iffy. Ah, but the Netherlands colours are red, white and blue, aren't they? They're not orange. I guess like the royal colours are orange. There's a good move, that could bounce anywhere. We do get it out from the back, but it's just cleared to about maybe 3 yards away. I don't know if it's a Feyenoord throw or not. Yep. Quickly deployed, and let's see where they decide to go with it. Rolled forward into place. Here's Hanchko. Doesn't find an option. I'm not surprised. Thank you whoever just subscribed, by the way. That's very much appreciated. If you have public settings on, you'll get a little animation that plays. There's also a Discord that you can join. I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but there was a lot less people in at that point in time. If you want to join, there's a little link down in the description, and Flash might post it in chat if he's got his Discord open. It's a ball clear over the top. Nice, okay, good. Oh, it was a right idea. I can't even fault that, to be honest with you. It was a good break for the back, but that highline pincer is starting to work more and more in Feyenoord's favour. It's rolled into awkward space again. Yeah, we'll just play it around the back and kind of gather it down. Matarelli rolls it out. Nice, Hatate gets it under control, back into space. Here's McGregor. Tries to find options, but it's a slightly loose ball again. He's maybe the more nerviest, probably the nerviest midfielder out the three right now, but it's not to say he's playing bad. He's putting some brilliant challenges. Maeda's done well there. Good chase on it, still all over the place. No one's really... Just found out there's an old flat. Ah, well, there you go. She's you learn something new every day. There you go. You came here to watch your football and you learn knowledge. It was the same style, just arms at the top. Ah, I get you. Here's Scales. Let's see where we decide to go with this one. It's a very different approach that both teams are taking, because Feyenoord are looking to break out immediately. They're not looking for any options at all. They're just going boop, straight away. But Celtic are more than happy to kind of play them into space and then just kind of go through them like that. It's a very surprising system, because we've technically outplayed them in terms of making chances. I'd say Feyenoord have had more of the ball at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've certainly had more chances. The Maeda one being the biggest. If the ball didn't pop up off his foot, that's a literal clean one-on-one shot for the 6-yard box. But we are consistently putting them under pressure. Atate's chasing out Wyland further. It's going to be cleared back up the line. Palmer's going to chase it. Again, as good as the wingers have been this game, they're not going to get to that. You're done. No fucking way, let's go. Should do well on home fans. Yeah. Our team very loud like having an extra player. So that's exactly that. I mean, the 12th man is very much a well and alive thing. If you want an example, you just look at like Rangers whenever they were on their European run. Like, they always got a result at Ibrox and then would like lose away. That's awkward. That should be out for us. It's bounced around the place. That was a loose ball for Hatate. Could have done a little bit better there, Chief, not going to lie. But at the very least, we're back to set our shape. Here come Feyenoord, though. They're running with purpose. Timber's got it out towards that right-hand side, and could be awkward for us, not going to lie. Doesn't quite find anyone. He's got it from range, though. Back out towards the right. He's looking for an option. There it is. Takes a shot and is always going to be curling over the ball. You can tell for the moment it left his foot. Hey Paul, how you doing, Chief? No fucking... Have you still not found your virtual? Just to phone up the UEFA like coalition and be like, ah, can you pause the game a second? He's lost his thing. It's kind of stupid, you know what I mean? What are they doing? They're checking for a penalty for what exactly? I'm a little bit confused. It wasn't, nah. If they give that as a penalty, that is exceptionally dumb, because it skiffs his arm and he's in a natural position. Like, they were really trying hard to make that look as bad as possible with that angle, but the referee took one look and went, nah bro, and fucking hanged it off. Thank God for us, man. I can see why they would clear it, but it didn't really change the direction of the ball enough for it to be on target. I think if it was like a good actual like skiffing up, maybe they would have had a penalty claim then, but he's almost like that. He was turning away for the shot, so it's definitely can't argue. It's literally the same as the Maeda penalty check earlier in the game. It's just a defender in a natural position. You can't argue with it. Forward we come though. Bilks to Scales. It's a little bit of a scare for us because it's probably going to shake our faith a little bit, but here's Rio, keeps it running. Down that hand, there we go, Palmer, good shit, keeps it rolling into space. Here's Rio, and again, good take from O'Reilly, bouncing around the box. How the fuck have we not got that? And oh, at least a shot out of that. It was a brilliant counter attack straight through into their goddamn fucking box, and we. Oh, it's always just that last little touch, man. It's always just that last little touch that does it for us. It's a really good defensive play for Feyenoord at the end of it. Can't fault it, but we really could have got a shot on target at the very least there. Really nice football. You're absolutely spot on, Flash. Could realistically roll anywhere. Let's see where that one decides to go. What the fuck? Feyenoord are intent on trying to play out from the back, and it works to some degree, but certainly not going to work all the way. Bounces around into space. Definitely well taken there from us, and it's just going to be gathered and going to... Never fucking mind, Lagerbilk's just giving it away. He's won the ball back with a challenge, and I think he's going to go straight into the book. Yellow card. It's really stupid for him. Just not the smartest touch I've ever seen. Yeah, really stupid for Lagerbilk, to be honest with you. It's clear and obvious, you know. We said this game was going to get physical, but Jesus Christ, that's just not exactly the smartest thing to do when you're meant to be a main stage centre back. So Feyenoord will have a set piece chance for about 35, 40 yardish kind of territory. Nah, exactly that. There's a ball in for Feyenoord, cleared away. Kind of bounces around, still not under control. Here's Maeda with the steal, gets past one, gets past two, still has it, still running, still running, still running. He is absolutely fucking just... He doesn't have a heart. I'm convinced he has an engine just there instead, man. When Tokyo Racer, man, absolutely love him. But Feyenoord are, again, just looking to slow the play down. They understand that if they give us the ball, we're just going to straight away, so... Feyenoord are looking to try and expose the spaces when we step out, which is working for them when it comes to getting it into the wings, but when it comes to actually getting it into the box, they're being forced to kind of go around and in rather than just straight in. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Flash, you're spot on. It's not like a Man United situation where you're going to feel like you have to prioritise one over another, because let's be honest, right, Celtic aren't going to win the Champions League, but I just want to see us have a good run, you know what I mean? Like if we get to a knockout tie and win it, fabulous. I just want to see us perform well, perform as a group and show progress for last season, because that's all I ask for. Just don't slope backwards. That should be a foul for us on Taylor. The referee's not given that for whatever reason. Here's a chance for Feyenoord. He's quite happy to give fouls for literally everything else, but a push, two-handed push on the back wasn't a foul. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Rio's a big piece, because Turnbull's a slower player, right? Like, again, Turnbull will sit in deeper unless we're the attacking team, right? If we're against any team that provides pressure, we sit in, you know, that makes sense, and Turnbull fits that system. But I like the fact that Rodgers has gone, no, we want to attack, we want to try and make chances as opposed to sit in and just accept them, because the thing about defending is that you just invite pressure, and we don't deal with pressure very well, so the less of it we have to deal with, the better we tend to play. And look at the attack. I mean, yeah, we haven't scored, but we're playing fucking brilliant fluid football at times. It's won by Scales and played back towards Hart. Let's see where this one decides to go. Now it's our turn to try and slow the play down, and let's see where space gets exposed. Lagerbielke's been forced to punt it for a bit. Well, straight for inside his box. That's good for McGregor. Rolls it, but he's rolled it straight into the path of a Feyenoord man. There's a shot for range. It's a good tip from Hart. Really good save. Solid hand. What's your favourite ice cream flavour? Probably mint. I'd say, yeah. Like chocolate chip mint, I would say. That or vanilla raspberry. Like the swirl one. That bobs. That with the strawberry sauce. Oh my god. Yep. That was a really good save for Hart. It's going to be a little bit of a hectic end to the half, let's say. The next 10 minutes, let's admit it, will probably be in Feyenoord's favour. We'll see what we do. This Stengs is going to swing it in. My windy is literally shouting at me. Fabulous. You might shut the fuck up, pal. I'll fix that at half time. Played into space. Here's Feyenoord. It's deflected. Is he going to keep it in? He won't. That's fine for us. He's deflected off his own player as well. Can't say Ivanisevic has had a bad game, but he's just not done too much. Yeah, like but you've hit the nail on the head there, Flash, man. Like if we gel together, everything's fabulous and fine. But it's performances where you can tell that one part of the team's disconnected. You know what I mean? But this is a cohesive performance so far. Everyone seems to know their role and when to kind of switch it up. Palma started this game as the wing runner in behind, but over the kind of course of this match, it's slowly became Maeda. Kyogo has just firmly stayed in the middle. I've barely seen him drift out wide unless it's to run for a loose ball. So Rodgers is seeing something in their defence that maybe I don't see right now, but if there is something that I could recommend to him, it would probably be to push McGregor just a slight bit deeper to stop them getting those in behind balls. Because if they do get it into a midfield space, they always get it out to the wings after it, because it's just a clear, easy ball. That's a little bit awkward between them. Feyenoord break away with it. McGregor's going into the book for falling onto his man. And I think that's what he's pointing out. He's like, how the fuck am I meant to stand up when I'm kind of tangled with a dude? Both of them go in for a 50, and it's actually McGregor that gets studied. It's McGregor that gets studied and then stepped on for good measure. Yellow card McGregor though. Fabulous officiating that. Absolutely fabulous officiating. Never mind though, Feyenoord are going to try and run it forward, headed back into space, could be upward, very much well be. Johnston's done well. That is a beautiful 1-2 between O'Reilly and Johnston though. Although I think Itati switched off to get to that one. O'Reilly's woke up to get to that. That's beautiful from Itati to take it under control. Here's a break. 3 on fucking 2. Go on, son. Gets past one. Maeda uses his engine. Gets the shot away. It's a good save for the goalkeeper. Oh, that was good. That was really fucking good. That was bellissimo. Maeda just puts the fucking engine down, runs with it, and he somehow, under like wobbling conditions, gets the shot away. And well and Fowler, brilliant save, can't fault it, but fuck yes. That's the counter attacking I like to see, man. I appreciate that. How you doing, Copper? Is it Copper? Is that your name? I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, but I hope you're doing well. I love that, Joseph. It's played up in again, and it's over the top. That's awkward. I like that feel right though. Good pressure, I like it, but I can't really expect Palmer to do much with the kind of in behind touch. It's bounced over for a good old fashioned goal kick. Sure, that Maeda chance was absolutely brilliant, man. He did so well to keep himself under control. But that's what I'm saying though, both of them have switched a little. It's good to see. Oh, that's a good pass for Feyenoord though. I don't like that. Fuck off. Here's Ivanisevic. Played back into space. Looks forwards. Matan. It's taken down. Rolled out. Good. To Taylor. Oh, that's a pass. This is good. Pass? Never mind. He's made out of steel. Beautiful Haddadi. Nice. Go on. Taylor. Looking for the option. Here's Palmer! Just shoot the ball! Shoot the ball, man! Shoot the... Oh, he did so well to get them behind touch. Johnston's won it there, and it's going to be a foul, of course it is. Oh, the home crowd are getting the advantage. You're just fucking yelling for everything and getting it, man. We should have a goal there. We're giving them a fucking hell of a game, Shane, mate. We're playing our skin. Oh yeah, we genuinely can compete, absolutely. Like, if we play like this the whole 90 minutes, we're bound to get a goal. Because that's two really big chances for Maeda now. But we need to be aware that Feyenoord are an attacking team too. This is the thing. We know we're going to get chances against Feyenoord the same way Feyenoord will get chances against us. It's just who takes them. It's another foul, I think, for Feyenoord. And yeah, the fans are very much angry, but I mean, yous instigated a physical game and we respond with a physical game, but we're the enemies. Interesting. Oh shit, I'm going to do a half-time plug quickly. Please don't crash, because that would suck if it did. Good. Please subscribe, that would very much be appreciated. You can, support the channel that way. I don't ask for donations, because that's cringe and I'm not partnered yet, but when that happens, that's when you can donate, wink wink. But until then, just subscribe and like the stream, it's the best thing you can do. And if you're watching this on the VODs, hello, I see you. Back to the game though, sorry about that. It's kind of a legal requirement I have to do. Watch that drop like 10 viewers now, but hey, Johnson's going to roll it forward. Let's see where that one decides to go. Bounces around. Maeda's on the chase, doesn't quite get there. It's going to go out for, I think, a goal kick to Feyenoord, but I'm liking the energy. I'm really liking the energy that we're putting behind it. We're playing very good, James. Very good indeed. But Feyenoord are probably just going to look to get into half time and kind of reset their shape and figure out what the smart move is. They don't look too happy, Feyenoord, but at the end of the day, they wanted a physical game, they've gotten a physical game, and I was expecting a lot for Celtic in terms of what I was expecting to see, but I wasn't expecting us to be genuinely on par, if not better, than Feyenoord. Although I need to shut my mouth because there's still 5 minutes and a half left, and we're known for doing stupid shit towards the end of half, so there we go, that's O'Reilly. Rolls it in for Palmer. Could potentially still be in play. It is. Oh my god, Maeda's just done the dumbest thing possible and left it completely in play. He could have just let it roll out. Shot for Feyenoord, it's behind the net. I thought that was in for a second. I genuinely thought they'd scored there. Oh my god, that would have been so dumb. Literally on cue as I said it. Like, Johnston does really well to keep it in play. Maeda takes a touch and then just kind of stares at it like, how's your day going, chief? You having a nice one? Pat pat, like it's a dog. And Johnston's kind of drubbing that point into Maeda. It's like, you should have just fucking left it, man. But here's a set piece chance for Feyenoord. Corner kick. They look like they want to play it short, but it's zonal marking inside the box as well. Yeah, the second half is where we thrive, to be fair, so it's just a case of can we keep it under control. Let's see where this one goes though. Hit high, hit with purpose, and headed clean over the bar. It's Feyenoord swinging the momentum now. That's the pendulum starting to slowly drift, but again, yeah, if we get a goal now, Alan, it makes the second half way more interesting because it forces them to attack. But the big thing that we're doing well is we're limiting what chances they get on target. They've only really had one. Still on the edge of our box though. It's very awkward, rolled out into space, but all the way across, and Palmer's there to collect it, and he'll just gather and go again. Taylor, who has been quietly brilliant this game, might I say, by the way, for all the shit that we tend to give him, he's been very, very good tonight. But I'll say so far, just in case future me hates him. You found the remote, let's go! Let's fucking go, Virtual, big pog. Rolled into space, nice, here we go, Scales. Let's see where that one ends up. Doesn't end up in any hands in particular, but Feyenoord will be the first ones to claim it. Here's Timber running forward. Has another crack for range, and that one's way over the bar. They're just trying to get their shot count up. I don't disagree with you at all, James. This is what I said in the... Even if you go back to when I initially... Like, when Rodgers was announced, I said he wasn't the right man for our future, which I stand by. He's not like the long-term, like, 10-year plan solution manager, but for steadying the ship and European stuff, he's good at it. So that's what I said when we first kind of signed him. I'm like, I know that people will hate him, I have my grudges with him as well, but see, at the end of the day, it's how he does in Europe. That's what I will base my performances on, and so far, I can't complain. We've been fucking terrific. We haven't scored, admittedly, but we've not conceded, and that's surprising for us. He's Hart on the kind of edge of the 6-yard line. He's going to send it long. That's going to be well taken down by Johnston, and he's been absolutely wiped out. That should be a yellow card for Feyenoord. No, I mean, you literally yellow carded one of our players for that exact same fucking thing. Didn't you just do that for Lagerbielk? Referee's the only inconsistent thing so far. As if that's really a surprise. But that's because he's managed more games in Europa, like in European, like just in Europe as a whole. Because even like managers like Neil Lennon and stuff had seasons where they didn't qualify at all. We need to remember at one point that was the reality for Celtic. We were literally just shit. At least we're still in the Champions League and still playing ball. You know what I mean? We're doing alright. There's not too much left to complain about. In terms of this half anyway, the only slight nudge that we've had is that we haven't scored. That's it. Bottom line, full stop. Can kind of leave it there if you want, but that's a fault for them again. This is what I'm talking about. They can two-hand push us the entire time. Nothing's really given, but if we so much as like back up into them, it's like a solitary foul. Just need to kind of step after them a little bit more since they're clearly looking to kind of draw in those challenges. Not too many minutes left of additional time, I'd say about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. No, they're given 3, that's interesting. I guess different people have different opinions. I don't mind the kit. I think it looks alright. It's one of those kits that look better in person, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? There's a lot of kits that we've released recently, because on like from a distance it just kind of looks like spiral patterns. It literally just is Spotify sponsored. It's another foul for them though. This time on the kind of edge of our area. I'm missing a 37-year-old number 9 type of player. Just a physical presence up top. I feel like that would be the only difference that we'd need to worry about. Set piece chance for Feyenoord though. Might be the last chance of the half, to be honest. Stings lines up for it. Well, it could be Stings or Timber, it could be either one of them that kind of have a crack towards us, to be honest with you. It's a very awkward one. Take it, and it's bounced awkwardly, and Hearts fucked it again. He's mispositioned. It's 1-0 Feyenoord, where I think quite literally their second shot on target. And right before the end of the half, we concede. That is fucking typical, man. It's a really good free kick, but for how far out it was, it should have been saved. And this is, we call back to what every fucking single person said before the transfer window was shut. We need a goalkeeper. That's why. Because he's good at palming things over the bar, absolutely, but when it comes to moving side to side, no, he's not positioned even slightly well. It bounces up and he palms it into the side netting. Fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous that you're a goalkeeper, Chief. It bends around the wall. That gives you an idea of how non-lethal the shot was. It was completely preventable. And once again, if you go back to last year, do you remember Leipzig, gentlemen? Because I feel like this is going to be a Leipzig now. Goalkeeper fucks it, 1-0 down. Beautiful stuff. Nothing that our outfield players can do there. They defend the free kick as well as they can, and a simple pop shot. Apparently that's all it takes to beat us. A simple fucking pop shot. That is really sad considering how good our half was. It's all about the response now, boys. It's all about the fucking response, but the fact we are 1-0 down is absolutely ridiculous for how little Joe Hart's actually had to do. 50 fucking % of their shots have went out the stadium. His save ratio in the Champions League gives me depression, man. It's painful. It's painful. Yeah, of course he's blaming everyone else because if, I mean, no offence, but if your hands are made out of cheese strings, you're going to spam into your own net. It's not the fucking wall's fault. The ball gets hit basically right at Joe Hart, and then he just kind of pushes it into the net. Like, brother, that's no one else. That's your wrist strength. Start wanking one half more, and you might fucking develop enough to be able to palm it away. You gimp, man. It's such a depressing fucking way to concede. Literally just reminds me of Leipzig last year, where you're just like, okay, so yeah, we're losing as soon as that happens. God fucking damn it, man. Quite literally the worst goal I've probably seen, considering how nice the goal was. But what are the half-time stats? Yeah, like 2 fucking... And Atletico 1-0 up against Lazio. That's more expected. But that's frustrating. That is very frustrating. Fuck, right. Well, I'll open up Discord on my laptop and see what's happening in 2 seconds. Yeah, exactly, great. Yeah, he's standing, he's like not even middle of the goal, which is where you're taught to stand. I mean, I've played as a goalkeeper at Sunday fucking league level, and rule 1 of goalkeeping is simply don't stand in the middle of the goal because it means they'll pick either side. They won't go central, but if you stand to one side, it forces them to go where you want them to. And he just stood there, seen the ball come round the wall, and then he reacts. It's like he's seen it half a second later than everyone else. Because even the Feyenoord fans kind of let out like a half and then cheered because they're like, how the fuck did that go in? When you consider the calibre of chances that we fucking had today, it's no fun. Well, the good news is, like, this is a big thing. When I switched to this screen in the last stream, it crashed, so bear with. Hopefully it doesn't do it. Let's fucking go. I've fixed the issues. I think I've fixed the issues anyway. See, I realised that I didn't have Streamlabs running as an administrator, and apparently that helps process some of the things that make this PC crash. So, big pug, big W. God damn. Right, well, we've got a little bit to talk about. I mean, you're more than welcome to fire things in, but yeah, we'll do a little bit of promo and stuff. Obviously, first, please like and subscribe if you enjoy this stuff and you're new here. It's a bit sad that we definitely need to wake up in the second half. I think you've kind of had it nail on the head. We have to be the instigators now. We have to possibly go. Yeah, see, that I never knew that, Flash. I'd always just kind of thought Streamlabs would do that automatically since my old OBS, the one that I used to use, I ran that as an administrator, so I thought it would just take my settings and transfer it, but because it's a different application, no, apparently not, so I could have prevented a lot of crashes. I mean, it's still a little bit laggy and I'm still kind of half aware, but I took my PC apart and cleaned it and got all the dust out, so it sounds as smooth as it's ever had, man. It's brand new, basically. Lots of dauber, right? You've put it fucking spot on, man. I don't disrespect him, I don't dislike Hart, but every time he does something like that, it makes it harder to justify why he starts. Because any other goalkeeper, no offence, is someone who's left-handed. That's a save I make every single time I fucking go in net. Like, that is a simple save. It's a pop-up bounce. Even if you get one hand to that, it's enough to push it over the bar or punch it clear. If you can get 2 hands on here, which Hart realistically could have done, you just push it into the ground, stifle it with your chest. That's like what you're taught to do. I can understand that he can't take it into his chest because he's not in that position, but basic issue, and that's why we're losing. Everything else has been pitch perfect, which is why I can sit here and be like, I'm not mad, I'm not frustrated, look at my eyes, I ain't worried, but fuck me, seriously, if he is the reason that we don't fucking get a win in the Champions League again, he'll get thrown out in January by force, because no one's going to sit there and tolerate this shit for another 6 match days. Like, he gets paid to do the bare minimum, absolute bare minimum, and he can't even do that. That's my concern. I love Hart as a player and as a person, but fuck me, for his level, basic stuff, man. Basic stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, unfair, that's the big thing about it. Yeah, because see, after it crashed the last time, I was like determined to fix it, like absolutely determined to fix it. So like, I started by taking my PC apart, cleaning it all, like I fucking construed everything. Like my fan, you can't even hear my fan now. Like usually you used to be able to hear static, not anymore. It's a hell of a thing, man. But yeah, what we'll do very quickly is a little bit of extra promotion, because I'm goated like that. Let's see, bang. The second half will be starting relatively soon, about 4 or 5 minutes, I believe. Unleash pain. Feyenoord. I am ready to cause chaos. Yeah, please, that'd be so good. Watch him hit it and like fucking punt it for the goal. You always knew who I was. The greatest goalkeeper of all time. This would be so fucking good. But yeah, please follow that link if you haven't already. If you use Twitch anyway, if you don't, understandable. But if you do and you like this sort of kind of vibe, sometimes I appear on Flash's streams and he does different stuff. He does games, so if that's your thing, if you're looking for a more chill time, go there, please. You'd be helping him out. He's trying to make progress towards like 400 followers, so anything that you can do to help him out would be very appreciated. As for here though, what should I set the goal for the second half? I think I should probably just set it for 785, 790. Usually kind of works. I mean, what are we on right now actually? I need to go into this. Where's my phone going? What? Oh, give me 2 seconds. Hello, Wayne.
Yeah, do me a favour, can you come down your door about a meter?
I'm in the middle of streaming now, Chief.
No, it's for any mum's asked me for you to get a meter for this Saturday there.
Well, that's fine, but you're going to need to come down like. I only have 1 meter though. Is she alright?
She's passed it now. She's shaking, been sick.
What? Ask her what. 2 seconds, chat. I'm going to bounce out now. Give me a sec. Fuck. That's not good. Everyone's going wrong now. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry. That was... Yeah, that was not like a good phone call to have. My little sister's not feeling too hot. I'll just keep it at that for now. But yeah, if my phone goes at any point and I have to bail out on this stream, understand that it's serious, okay? Fuck, man. That's not good. Right, okay, that's the thing. Thank you, Shade. I appreciate it, man. It's not me you need to send prayers for, it's my sister. She's not feeling too good. They phone me because I'm a diabetic and I understand passing out better than anyone else, you know what I mean? I might not look diabetic, but I can assure you I am. I have type 1 and it sucks. So whenever someone has kind of stomach troubles or blood troubles, they phone me and ask for the advice, so thanks for this, I appreciate it, man. I just wasn't expecting that phone call. Man. It's on break at half time, I believe. We ain't got too much longer to go. How you doing, Catholic, man? Nice to see you. You'll be happy with a 1-1 draw. I think, yeah, genuinely, Brian, I'd take a draw at this point. You know, as long as we get something for the game, we deserve something from the game with what we've done so far, at the very least. That's fine. Okay, yeah, it's kind of hard to blame it on Kyogo, you know what I mean? Like, again, the reason we're losing is straightforward. It's a goalkeeper. A goalkeeper didn't cover himself in glory, but man, that sucks. Oh. Okay, I could technically do the Liverpool game, Stephen, but sometimes I cover games that are kind of an interest to me in terms of like my channel, I guess. Give me a second, I'm going to just go and fix some of these extra things. I'm getting messages for left, right and centre. Sorry that this might be a little bit hectic, but we should be fine by the time the second half starts, I'd imagine. I believe you, yes. I don't trust that for a second. Fair enough. The wall did technically do its job quite fine, I think, Flash. I mean, they were positioned correctly and the ball swerved, you know what I mean? It was, I think, Roberto Carlos v France minus the Trivela and the actual ability. I appreciate it, Catholic, man. That's kind of you. How you doing, Megan? It's nice to see you, hun. Probably not the best half you've ever seen, huh? But, I mean, what can you expect? It's kind of standard for us to fail a little before we do well. Let's see. Not the biggest fan of that. Please go and see. I have no idea what that fucking means. Right, hold on, I need to switch to this one. Yeah, how are you going to tell a smallest player on the team to be where he was? I get that to an extent, Virtual, but at the same time, most of our players are tiny. Half of them are Asian or like Southern American and under like 5'10", so it's kind of hard to make a wall with your biggest players when you need a defender to kind of clear out any parry issues, which was what I think the plan was. Yeah, the middle of the park was definitely overloaded. You've kind of got that one spot on, Megan. It's just a case of stifling it, man. Like, use the wings a little bit more, but don't over-rely on them. It's a very simple, basic kind of premise, you know what I mean? But I think we're less than a minute away from being underway. I just don't like the fact that we conceded in such a stupid fucking manner, man. Like, as long as we redeem it, and we bounce back and everything's fine, I'm happy, I'm content, nothing's going to make me worry, but holy fuck, I just realised. Oh, did Red Star get a goal disallowed? What is the score in that game? Give me a second. Yeah, no, I just literally seen the goal, by the way. How the fuck are they 1-0 down to Red Star away from home? No, at home even. That's insane. Go on, at least one team has a chance, but the second half's about to get underway, so Please don't crash. It's not crashed. Beautiful. Thank you whoever just subscribed, by the way. I very much appreciate it. But the sign off will be getting underway relatively soon. So if you've, you know, if you want to get yourself a little cup of tea or whatever, you probably have about a minute or two before things get dicey again. As long as we do the basics, I have faith. I'll have faith until the fucking last whistle goes, or until a second goal goes in because Joe Hart punts it in his own net. I'd imagine, like, if he hasn't like looked at Hart and went, you know, you're the top man, you're the goalkeeper, and you're doing that shit. Like, you're absolutely fucking worthless. You've got no character, you've got no balls. Just go off on him. But I mean, the Green Brigade are in full effect. You know, they're still making noise, but you can tell by the way everyone's standing. They're like, how are we not winning? Do you feel like we're lacking in strength throughout the team? We have players who are fantastic technically but are far too easily pushed off the ball. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that at points during the first half where, like, we have players that are built for different things, but they're all substitutions. You know what I mean? Like, if you want strength and physicality, then you can't play Kyogo. But if you want technicality and finishing, you want Kyogo, but you can't have O and Kyogo on the pitch at the same time because apparently it just doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, it's one of those ones that's quite weird, but we've kicked off here. Joe Hart's been slagged by Jermaine Genius. That's fun. This is tobacco, Sammy. But immediately out the gate, Feyenoord look to press. Please don't you fucking do this to me. If they score straight away, I'm not really going to be too happy about that. It's cleared away. Yeah, we need muscle in the midfield. I'd say we need like a CDM option that can give us a little bit more. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. Like, again, Hart's, he's got a lot of qualities to him. He's a leader and he can do a lot of good things for us, but as a substitute goalkeeper. And if he doesn't want to play as a substitute goalkeeper, then he clearly isn't, like, you know, for Celtic then, is he? But I just at least want to see him step up, man. If Feyenoord come out and attack and they cause problems, at the very least shut them fucking down. And if they do get shots away, I want to see Hart's wrists stay solid enough to parry it away. There's an immediate ball down that left hand side though. Let's see where this one goes. Don't like that. It's a big passionate VOD. Yeah, that's actually probably the best way to describe it. I think even Hart would be like, aye, to be fair. No complaints about it though. Here's a he's kind of rolled it out for there. It could kind of bounce around. It's not been given under control yet. Feyenoord are going to be forced to go back, so I mean, I think Feyenoord have changed their shape. I'm going to check to be 100% sure, but I think they have. Or if we changed ours, we've definitely not changed our shape, but I thought they've kind of played with a middle three because Stings is more or less right there. Like, he's not playing as a cam, he's literally dropped in to cover that midfield space, if that kind of makes sense to you through explanation, you know what I mean? Gotta have faith in them until the game's done though. We're only 1-0 down and we've very much been in this game, so we can definitely fucking muster up one or two good opportunities. There's a good switch for Feyenoord though. Johnston's on the chase, there's a whip ball across, that's awkward for us, still rolling about the place and eventually just punted clear for Celtic. Feyenoord looked to kind of instigate that early press immediately and it could have been bad for us, god damn. We're only one sub away for the sub goal for this stream, by the way, so thank you. Feyenoord roll it forward, let's see where this one goes. Out towards the right, Scales is under pressure, rolled into space again. Feyenoord are definitely intent on playing through the wings now. They're more than happy to do it. Played into space, let's see where that one goes. Bounces up and around, and I think it's going to be safe, I think, yeah. Just need to keep checking my phone just in case. There's Feyenoord again, tries to roll it forward, let's see where they go with this one. Nice, good options, but it doesn't close down the space. That's bad again. Here comes a chance for Feyenoord off the edge of it. Bounces up and around. I mean, we're way too condensed in that midfield. I know we're trying to overload it, but fuck me, man. Yeah, that replay does not cover Hart in glory either. Like, that ball across, fair enough, but Hart could have caught that if he wanted to. Just opted to not do so for whatever reason. Fair enough, I guess, but that could have been way more awkward than it should have been. Again, they're capitalising a lot off of the loose touches from our defenders, so control the midfield. That's the big thing. If you control the midfield, Feyenoord can't fire up from there. That's literally been their strong suit when it comes to getting counter-attacking chances. We need to just kind of stifle them a little bit more. It's played out towards Maeda, who's done really well to force a quick pass away, but it's just about dealt with. Willenfellow's going to clear it up, and here's a chance for them now. Here's Ivanovic on the left-hand side. This isn't good for us. Got the overlap on the left if he wants to choose to take it. He does take it, bounces all around our box, thankfully away from our net, but god damn. Yeah, I think Lagerbielke will probably be one of the first changes for the simple fact that he's on a yellow card. Because the last thing that we want to do right now is go down to 10 men. If we go down to 10 men, this game is as good as dead. It's kind of just about cleared away by McGregor there. Johnston again throws his body in the way, but it's just going to bounce straight back out. Here's Ivanovic trying to do well there, but Johnston's more than happy to play the physical game with him. Maeda's done well to keep under control, gets the foul, and that's fair enough for us. It's just going to roll out for a throw. How you doing, Robert? Been a while, man. How are you? Okay, rolled out for the back there. That should be a card. What the fuck, man? Bear hugging him, man. What the fuck is your deal? Lagerbielke gets carded for a kind of respectable challenge after fuck out. They're carding us for nothing, but they can full on just MMA our ass and it's fine. This is very interesting, man. Here's a chance for range, straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, and it's parried out. That's a good attempt for us though on target. We're at least trying to fire it forward. 785, oh thank you very much. Pog thank you very much. Cool. I guess we'll set the new one at 790, right fellas? No, I'm just kidding, we've hit a goal. Thank you very much though. All the support recently has been fucking insane. Thank you. I'd say about 40-50 seconds to be honest with you. I'd say somewhere around that. But there is a stream delay as well, Megan. That's something to kind of bear in mind. It's about 30 or 40 seconds itself. Actually no, on YouTube it's like 10, 15, 20 seconds. So I'm about 40, 50 seconds behind probably real time. There's a good run forward. Chance here for us. Can roll into space. I respect the hustle, but it wasn't the right idea, I'll be real. There you go. You see like all the chats come up below me in like little kind of segments, if that makes sense. So don't worry, I'm like, I'd say about 10-15 seconds behind, roughly. Oh god, I only use VIP box if I really have to. This one's fuck, I don't even know. I just get a spreadsheet of links and then just click through them until one of them works. Let's see where this one goes. Press him. Oh my fucking god, if Kyogo got his leg there, that would have been so good for us. Come on, press. He does well to get forward. That's really... I like Johnston's ability to just throw himself in, but the fear of God puts into me if he gets just outmatched. If he slides past a guy and leaves that entire right flank open, that's going to be bad for us. Here's Kyogo with the pressure, though it's bounced awkwardly. Here's a chance for us. Palmer, please stop trying to do extra shit you do not need to. Fuck! Fuck, man. Oh, why? It's not good for us, man. Why do we keep doing way too much? If we just hit that Palmer, like your life depended on it, maybe something could have happened there, but instead he just tries to shimmy it. Fuck's sake, here come Feyenoord now. Just played out to that right hand side. They're not trying to go deep in quite yet. They're just kind of toying with us, seeing where the options are. just got into the house. Because the commentators are not like, oh, right, okay, that's fair enough. Sometimes, like, I mean, I've picked up little bits of languages for watching like different streams. That's how I can do like the Arabic accent, or like see like specifically the Egyptian commentator. It's like salah, 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 goal, go, 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 like that type of shit, man. Like, I do all that. It's funny. Final, they've got it on the edge of the D. It's headed clear very well, brilliantly by Scales, might I add. That's not English. If you reconstruct that sentence differently, it makes sense. Let's go. Feyenoord knock it forward again, though. Don't like that. Your Hartson on TNT, I still call it BT Sports, man. TNT is a wrestling foundation. It reminds me too much of like TNA wrestling, you know what I mean? Gives off that same vibe. There's Maeda, rolls it back. O'Reilly's got it under control. Back towards Hart. You have a lot to work for, you prick. Lagerbielk, back to Hart. To Lagerbielk. Back to Hart. My fucking god. Finally. They break out from the back. Here's Scales looking for a pass down that left hand side, and it's a really good one at that too. Finds his man. Here's Lewis Palmer. Takes a little bounce, it'll be a throw in for us. Not bad. Oh yeah, I can show like 7 seconds at a time. Like if I... Oh wait, I'd need to unplug everything. I can show like little segments, say like, I think it's like 5 seconds of its video, and like 7 seconds of its audio. It's bounced around. Hatati's been decked there, that should be a foul for us, and we do get one. There's a chance. It's going to be like one of those late in swinger type deals. It's a little awkward there, yeah. Hatati could have done a little bit better to squeeze by his man, but to be fair, he's pushed back and held off there, and obviously Palmer's been wiped out there too. There's that, they're getting way more physical than we've been, yet we've been carded so many times. It's kind of funny how it works. Thank you, Flash. Appreciate you. Your Scales goes out towards the left hand side. Come on, boys, show me something. Just show me anything. Here's Palmer, gets past one, gets into the box. It's not really going to cause any problems. It's going to be cleared away quite easily, if anything. Final, they're more than happy to just kind of do the basics. That Trowner has been fantastic, man. Is his name even Trowner? I don't even know. My brain can't even recall. Who's that centre back that's captain? Is his name Trowner, aye? The Feyenoord skipper. Because he's probably been their best player defensively today. He's been in front of basically everything. It's played out wide here. Here's Johnston. Come on, son. Right idea. Gets in towards McGregor. Rolls it forward. Here's O'Reilly. Takes a bounce. Kyogo can't get it to close that one down. But McGregor and O'Reilly will be there to put the pressure on it. Then it takes a bounce off, and it's going to be a quick foul for I think a potential handball. Aye, because that comes through my laptop, chief. Like, I'm talking about like actual game audio through the PC, because I know that's what people tend to ask. Yeah, Young's on for Palmer. And Hatati, he's coming off, which is a little bit sad, but then again, he's not brought too much to the table this second half, and Thiago Holm is on. So there's going to be a couple of tweaks to at least imagine how we build up from the back, if we're still building up from the back, but the more that time kind of ticks on, I think the more desperate we'll get, and I think that makes sense to have Holm on because he's known for his long range passing. It's kind of his sting. Played into space though, Feyenoord. Doesn't quite get it under control, and Celtic can potentially win it back here. It takes a fortunate bounce for them though, and Maeda, in fairness to him, wins it back. O'Reilly's been taken down. They play advantage for that though. This is why I'm so fucking this referee is this is very biased. A very biased referee, man, because they're getting fouls away for fuck all, but we're getting absolutely hacked every single time and nothing's been given. Here's a really good run for Young, and that one's been called out for I think a throw-in. That's just honestly. Yeah, sometimes I have it through my laptop when it's not like plugged in, obviously. But because my laptop's like, I mean, literally, see if I was to turn my camera around like 2 inches, my laptop is right here. You can probably hear it when I'm talking. It's right beside my microphone, and if I put the sound on, it fucks with the mic delay sometimes. So I just don't like kind of doing it. But I don't disagree with you, Joe. I think we really need to probably bring on some type of physicality and start swinging them into the box. I don't maybe think Kyoko might be the change, but I'd say maybe, I don't know who the fuck would make sense in this scenario, man. Because the worst comes to worst, we can always drop to like a 4-4-2. That's fine. But oh, a couple extra subscribers, thank you very much. If we get 3 more, then we've popped off sub goal wise by a significant distance, Big Pog. You want to... yeah, sometimes I have it on very minimally and you might hear parts of it come through when I don't speak, but obviously as someone that has to commentate, I speak a lot, so... But again, if you like listening to a Glaswegian basically just ramble his ass off for about, 2 hours every kind of couple of match days, and I'm your man. Taylor's been wiped out there. It's a quick ball forward. Here's Maeda if he can get there, but Feyenoord's not really going to have too much pressure on him there. It's been a much more stigmatised second half. It's been slowed down a deliberate amount more for both sides, but just want to see us start to kind of craft some better chances rather than kind of half ones. Play it into the box and cause some problems, but they've just kind of scored it there. Man City's 2-1 up now. They've had a very quick start to the second half. I know the place generally will be. It's the same as like, I mean, there's a ton of underrated stadiums, but I think the best example you can probably think is like Colne Stadium, for instance. It's only got like 20,000 people, but my god, does that place sound loud. Here's Johnston, gets it into space, nice, rolls it out. Come on boys, we need to start moving the ball forward a bit quicker here. Scales into Maeda. Good feet for him, still got it. It gets it across the face of goal, but it's never really going to cause any problems. I'm liking the pressure though, I'm very much liking it. His final ball isn't exactly great. He can run for the Hilters, man. He'll put all the... you can hear some of the Feyenoord fans in full sound. It's a little bit awkward for the boys. Let's go, keep it up. Consistent pressure. Kyogo's done well to steal that one back. He's got himself involved, and that's why I don't think we should take him off just yet. He's still got energy to burn to do that sort of stuff. We bring on, that takes that exact thing away. But that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Don't you fucking dare. You're fucking kidding me. Run it out, that's fine. They're trying their best to kind of pincer us in a little here. They're more than happy to just kind of play it around the back, but that's not really good for us at all. Gets played into space, that's bad for us. Yep. Pen. It's in the middle of the box. It's a clear and obvious one, but see Lagerby, okay, put him on a fucking train back to Sweden. In fact, don't even put him on a train, just fucking chuck him. Since you like throwing it so much, you fucking dickhead. The one thing you do not do when you're on a yellow card is that. That is just sheer immaturity at its fucking purest, man. Sunday League shit. Realises he's going to get beat to the ball, so what does he do? Says fuck it and just throws his arm out and absolutely floors him. It's a clear as day pen, I can't argue with it, but fuck me man, it is a joke. Lagerbielke's throwing it, boys, that's it. I mean, we had Joe Hart throw it in the first half. Lagerbielke's throwing it in the second. Excellent work, you dickhead. They're checking it for a penalty, but... No, it's an absolute fair one. He wipes him out the fucking game, but... It's ridiculous. Rodgers would have said to them at half time, just play your game, keep it calm, keep it composed, and what does the fucking dickhead do? Ruins it. It's a penalty, yeah, it's been given, so that's fun. Yeah. It's not harsh, Flash. I mean, it's a clear law of the letter. Clear contact, elbow in the neck, it's a foul. It 100% is. He might have overreacted on the fall, but the contact was there. It's hard to deny it, man. But it's a fucking joke, because you shouldn't be doing that stuff in the first place. But, let's see. Steps up. Oh my fucking god! No shot! Jonathan! He's made a save! Oh! Redeemed slightly, maybe. It depends on the full-time result, but thank fuck for you there, man. It's a shit penalty, the keeper's right-hand side, and he just palms it away, like he should have done for the first one, but he gets it under control and away. We're sound for now. Thank fuck. Right, come on. Still hate Lagerbielke with a passion, because that was just so... I was about to say the R word there, but it was so stupid. It was very bad. It was not the decision that he should have made. Foolish, if you will. A little bit silly. Seppi's charge for Feyenoord, swung in quickly here. Doesn't quite find anyone. It's cleared away towards the edge of the box again. Rolled about. Well, any hopes of us getting something for this game have quite quickly fizzled out. Yeah, he's still young. Well, that's the thing. I know defenders make mistakes, but that mistake is so simple. And Feyenoord have got it in behind again here. It's hit over the top of the bar. They've almost got another one. Jesus Christ, yeah, we're going to be defending basically for goal difference, I feel. I feel so bad for the midfield up, because they've all played brilliantly, but see our defence, man, fucking hell. Fair play to Hart for getting the save. It's a really good save actually, because it nearly gets under him. If it got under him and went in, I would have literally... I would have ended the stream, gone to fucking... I would have gone to the Netherlands and I would have asked Hart to leave personally. Still upward though. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we get a draw at this point, man, that will feel like a win. It will absolutely feel like a win. The ref's been fucking ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, was a penalty, but see about 90% of the fouls, they've all gone Feyenoord's way. It's the crowd bias in full effect, man. It's a lot of shite here, spot on. Yeah, might as well. Bring on O, play the physical pincer and see what happens. They've brought on a change. Lindsay's on for Monte. Honestly, they're just probably going to look to burn energy and fuel, but again, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I feel so bad for us, man. Yeah, basically, we're probably going to have to play Mikey Johnston. Not Mikey Johnston, what the fuck am I saying? We're going to have to play Alistair Johnston and Anthony Ralston. Like, Johnston is a centre-back, because he can play there. For those that don't know, he did that in Montreal. He was a centre-back for a time. But it would be him and then Ralston out on the right, but that doesn't really fill me with too much confidence, especially when the next game's Livingston away on literally the worst pitch I've ever seen. There's another... He's just given another red card! He's just given another red... This referee's paid. This referee's paid. This referee is paid. There is no fucking way that's a red card offence. You have got to be fucking kidding me. He slips. Diving bastard. Fuck you, man. Honest to fucking God, there is no way. His studs come up, right, but his studs don't make contact. His leg makes contact with his knee and the fucker ballerina spins in the air. See that cunt, man? Put him in a cage with him now and I fucking rinse him in 20 seconds, if that's your physicality level. I feel so bad for home. They better, and I mean better, rescind that shit. That's fucking ridiculous beyond words. Like, you are kidding me. Legally, you can go and fuck yourself, ref. I don't know who you are, but I hate you. You're kidding me, man. Every single conceivable thing has gone against us. Ah, yeah, definitely not all night, man. Yeah, I genuinely feel bad for home, because, I mean, all the Feyenoord, you can go and fuck yourselves, you bunch of gimps, man. You've been silent as shit for a good 60% of the night. The only time you have shouted is when you have been given fouls for absolutely nothing. The first goal was handed to them on a silver platter by Hart, and then for some reason the referee's colourblind. I'm convinced he's colourblind, because that fucking was not a red card, and the fact that they've given that as a red card shows you how stupid this game is, considering the fact that Feyenoord have had like 6 or 7 challenges exactly like that, with not even an advantage played. Feels like it, honestly feels like it, man. And that's another, I've just looked at it back, it's a goal. I'm not sure if Feyenoord have made it 2, they're checking it for offside. They just played it in, it's a really good finish, but I mean, the first replay tells me everything, he's offside, he looks offside, and if that's given, I'm ending stream because it means UEFA's a fucking gimp. They're checking it, man, but I think it's going to be disallowed. Because he does look very much offside. Yeah, it's disallowed. We're good, it's still 1-0, don't worry about it. For now, we can breathe, we can reset, and we can hope. It's fine, it has been disallowed, don't worry about it, we're good. Just waiting for the actual confirmation. Fuck's sake, man, that referee looks like Jack the Rabbit. And I love how the cunt's acting hard in the celebration too, like, oh look at me scoring a tap-in, like fuck off. Actual. First time the referee sided with us the entire fucking match. And it's just to prolong our misery until they score in the very next attack. I might do that for the next one, although I'll give this one a refresh. Just to see if it is the case of that. It's laid out forward. Oh my god, we're trying to do something here. That was a really shit pass. I appreciate the fact that we're still trying to attack, but god damn, things just ain't working out for us. It's bounced around. I just realised, is that Kobayashi? Oh no, man. Why is he marking there, man? You're meant to mark the other side of the pitch. It's not been good for us. Not gonna lie. Desperate times. Well, they're making some more changes, Feyenoord. Well, I mean, at least we have an excuse for this game. And it's a pretty fucking... To a rampant... fuck off, aye. A rampant? Aye, as in rampant... pricks? Maybe? It's all in good fun. I don't actually hate Feyenoord, but I swear to God, this referee's handed them basically the game on a plate. Because, I mean, the first one, aye, it's a penalty. That's a red card. Cool. Second one, you can go and fuck yourself with a stick. Horsely. Like, fucking slap that shit on a wall and force yourself on it, man, because honestly, fucking Christ, man. Those referees are paid actual money. Like, actual dollars, right? It's not monopoly money they get paid thousands of bucks to make the wrong decision. Phillips is injured. Megan, he's not there. So dumb. So dumb with the BBC, man. They can fuck right off. I guarantee when Rangers lose to Betis like 4-0 on like Thursday, they'll be like, oh, respectable Rangers puts in an absolutely earth-shatteringly good performance to lose 4-0, but if Celtic lose 1-0 down 9 men to Feyenoord in a game that we arguably could have been 2-0 up in, just shows you where the bias lies, yeah. It's one of those, but we move. going to bounce around a little bit. See where that one decides to go. Nice, into space. It's a foul, surely. You have to feel for Maeda, man. He's put in a hell of a shift. Hell of a shift. He's my man of the match, honestly. Maeda's been fucking great. Yeah. Basically, we've just thrown away the next game that we've got as well, which is always nice and lovely. But this is why we said we needed in-depth signings rather than just ones that covered emergencies. Yep, changes made. There's... Oh my god, please. Oh, that could have bounced anywhere, man. He's fucking decked himself for some reason. In fact, all the more I'm just happy to kind of see this one out. The first one was fair. I don't like that. That's a... You've left the entire fucking left side of the field exposed, boys. Played in. You're going to have to... He's going to get dragged out. Please don't square that, man. Please don't... He's squared in the middle. It's bounced up and around. Punted high and away. But Feyenoord are basically in a high line press, and it's very difficult for us to get something going here. Ball's rolled in again. They're doing their best to force a high... I'm really not liking the fact that we're sitting so far deep, boys. I get it. But you're away from home with 15 minutes to go. You can try and push. But instead they're sitting so far deep that it's just inviting Feyenoord in. There's a good ball into the box. It's... No. It's another mistake. It's another fucking mistake for our defenders. I can't be fucked. Johnston's had such a good game too. But if he just leaves that, it goes out of play and we're fine. But that's it, boys. I think it's game over. 2-0. We're down to 9 men. The referee's fucked us as hard as he possibly could have, and 2 defenders have basically thrown this game away, as well as a mistake in the first half for Hart. That's just... That's hard to watch. You could see it coming for a fucking mile away and all, man. But if Johnston just leaves that, it's fine. No issue at all. Instead, he just headers it straight into the path of a Feyenoord player to just take a touch and hit it top bins. Of course, Hart's already in the ground swiping at thin air, by the way. It's just... We've lost 2 men. Mark, we've lost 2. Such a depressing excuse of a game, this, man. A perfect storm of referee being a twat, Feyenoord playing very good, and our defenders making the basic mistakes. Basic fucking mistakes, man. As frustrating as it is, Feyenoord deserve it. It's whatever, you know what I mean? But my fucking god, did we deserve something, at the very least a goal. But nah, we can't touch a Feyenoord player without it being a foul. We can't get forward without the referee calling it for that. It's just, it's so irritating. Can't really blame the players at all, to be honest with you. I mean, I can blame the back line. The defence is always shite. When we actually play a team that has attack of momentum. But it's so disheartening, man. Because, again, both of the goals were just so preventable. Like, absolutely preventable. No, this was definitely not one of our easiest games, guys, mate. Because we've beaten Lazio away from home before. That's like, yeah, it's just... It's one of those. 4-0 incoming, oh please, nah, just... Damage limitation, man. As long as we can keep it at 2, maybe just see it out, we'll be fine. I just get the kick guy on, actually, aye. I mean, Brendan Rodgers used to play a defender when he was a young lad. Throw him on, see what happens. That's awkward. Feyenoord are pressed into our box again. Ball's going to bobble around. It's not going to find anyone in particular. It's out wide for a goal kick us. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, we kind of hit it head on hot, Emily Kay. Like the defence hasn't been glorious to watch. I feel for Scales because everyone was like, "Oh, will Scales play good? Will Scales be all right?" He's been perfectly fine. It's literally everyone around him that fails. Lagerbielke will have questions, and I mean a lot of questions to why he did what he did, because just that challenge was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You know the game's gone after that, but the fact is, I mean, this was the one game I was expecting us to lose, because we can get results anywhere else, you know, even at the fucking Metropolitano, we can still get a result there, realistically, in my head, but see, after seeing this, man, if Joe Hart's got wrists like that, nah. If our defenders are just absolutely fucking idiotic and doing stupid challenges, then fair enough. Here's McGregor for range, takes a deflection after the PS. Oh, it's awkward. Where's he going to go with that? That was a really good. Fucking pure defending, man. I hate that shit. Rolls it up towards the left here, come Feyenoord again. Could potentially be in for another one. It's chipped all the way over towards that right hand side. Headed clear just about. If a range from Feyenoord, it's just going to go wide of the post. And I mean, if you can't tell by the Google Live scores, I mean, what's our probability of winning this game now? Because it's probably like less than 2%. It's 0.1. Wow. And we've only had one shot less on target than them. With a full squad, we definitely, if we had a full team to select for like Carter, Vickers and Phillips, we would have probably had a much easier time of things tonight, but Lagerbielke's made a strong case to never start a Champions League game again. Because the cunt basically just gave up. But it's home, I feel really bad for, man, because his Champions League debut was essentially come onto the pitch, get red carded, come off, and it was for a foul that was absolutely not a red card. There's Feyenoord with another chance. Taylor's managed to get the clearance away. It's not really going to be able to do much else than that. Maeda's done well to hold it up. Just shimmies it out. That should be a throw-in for us. Tried Discord to know. Oh shit. Flash, are you still in the chat, Chief? Because if you're not, I mean, hold on, I'll fix that issue right now. I think it might be an expired link, because I know they expire after like 6-7 days. This is the one that's live for the next, or should be live for the next week. It's a one-time link, so make it count, boys. But that's the Discord there if you want to come in and join it. Back to the game now. O is officially on for Maeda, so he'll get some run out, and O'Reilly's off for Paolo Bernardo by the looks of it. Yep, that's Paolo Bernardo, so that's another one. Fuck's sake, look at the dapper, man. That's dapper as fuck. Dude's dripped out in a Feyenoord suit. Pretty fair enough, actually, that's drip. Again, I can't be mad at the performance. I'm pissed off at the circumstances of how we've lost. The first sending off, the Lagerbielke sending off, absolutely was deserved. I mean, you can make a case for it, but it's an elbow wrap around and the player literally spins in the air. Like, that's contact as clear as day. But Ohm's red card was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Honestly, it's very similar to Hart's goal. You're just kind of sitting there in disbelief, like you're paid to do this, to make mistakes. Because Hart's made a mistake, Johnston's made a mistake, Lagerbielke's made a mistake, but so's the fucking referee. But not many people will probably point that out. I'm not blaming the refs though. Feyenoord definitely deserve to arguably win the game, but 2-0, absolutely not. Against 9 men, absolutely. Just absolutely not. If we'd scored a goal and it ended 2-1, I'd say fair enough, you know what I mean, but I don't know, but that's a few times now where I've seen Lagerbielke step out and give away deliberately stupid fouls. That's why he got a yellow card in the first half. That's a good shot for them. It's well saved by Hart. But I've seen more mistakes from Lagerbielke than I've seen good play. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't give a shit if you're young or not. You have to be able to play. Full stop, bottom line. Some good effort from Jan Canabash, but it's not really going to cause too much problems. Just like to see a tiny bit of fight towards the end of the game. And that's a good start. Really good move for Yank. Got some options there if he's wanting to take them. Plays it out into towards the space. Here's Power Up. Good layoff to McGregor and kind of just stifles it down. Thinks you're a robot? What? I'm not sure why. I mean, I'll check in a second. We'll fix the 90 minutes, man. Yeah, Lagerbielke's not been... He's not covered himself in glory this game. That's another foul for Feyenoord, I'd imagine. Yep. I tell you what, man, see if half of these guys weren't footballers, it'd be brilliant in the circus, man, because they really like to throw themselves around. But with how frail their bodies must be, fucking God bless if you put them on a trapeze. Because if that's enough to stay down injured, then Jesus Christ, man, a slap to the face would break your jaw. Yeah, I mean, that's why as long as we keep it at 2, it's respectable, because you look back on this game and be like, ah, fair enough, you know what I mean? Like, we were down to 9 men for most of the game and they didn't do anything until after we got red carded, basically. They had one half chance in the first half and scored it. That's it, we haven't played bad. I'm not mad at Celtic's performance, I'm just mad at the overall way the game's played out, because, woof, has it been frustrating. Yeah, Rangers probably won't get taken over, guys. There's too much internal debt. I mean, it's a 76 million buyout for the club, and then the debts that you owe, which is like about 40 million, so it'd be like a 112 million transaction all in, roughly. And if someone's buying that, then why not just buy a Premier League club or like a Championship club for the same amount of money? That's what like Brentford's investors did, because they realised there's more money in the Premiership. So if it happens, fair enough, good for yous, but it's a weird one. It's split shares and stuff like that, and again, it's basically like internal global revenue. Like Celtic had over like 100 and whatever million, but we've got enough in the bank to last us quite comfortably, you know what I mean? We're the richest we've ever been, and we're losing 2-0 to Feyenoord. Fabulous. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. See, when we get towards January, we'll make some good signings and kind of build off of that, but we need some depth. It's as simple as that. There's definitely positives though, Gavin, you're spot on there. I'm not... see, for the midfield up, we have been fabulous to watch, you know what I mean? I've got no complaints, no fuss, no quarrels, we've been good. But defensively has been our problem tonight, and it's been our problem in a big way, because again, even if you take away the fact that they had the goal disallowed, every single chance they've basically made tonight has came from us giving them the ball. They've not built through the back and scored. Like, one was a set piece chance for about 35 yards out that the keeper should have parried and missed, and the second one, Mikey, well, I keep saying Mikey because it's Johnston, man, but Alistair headers the ball to the one guy in red for the second. And it hurts because they're both entirely preventable, and we might have gotten out of this game on another day with a 0-0 or even potentially a 1-0 win. It's all if, buts and maybes. That's the sad thing, but bottom line is, it's deserved, you know what I mean? We didn't play well enough to win, but it's a shame that we didn't get something for the game. We definitely need figures. Goalkeeper, left back guy. Not even a striker. I don't even think we need that. Maybe an extra winger, so that Palma isn't getting pushed left, right, central, or Maeda isn't getting pushed left, right and central. Get specialists in their winging field, like particularly inverted wingers. We get them, bang. Yeah, unforced errors, mate. You've kind of put a nail on the head, and again, if we don't make them on a different day, we get something. But there's positives, you know what I mean? Our next games are definitely crucial for the season. You will want us to bounce back against Feyenoord and not Feyenoord, sorry, Livingston, and kind of shake the defeat to Feyenoord out of their systems quite quickly and bounce back, which is very much in Celtic's nature. We can do that. But Lagerbielke will have to have a talk with himself because, I mean, it's a big letdown, like a huge letdown. It is surprisingly bad how shit he was tonight. Just threw the game away with both hands, quite literally wrapped around another player. But you give credit to Feyenoord because you don't take your chances, you don't get goals, and if you don't get goals, you don't win games. They've scored, they've played attacking football, and they deserve it. So fair play to them. We'll see them when we play them in the last match day, and hopefully we'll fucking scud them and secure a spot then. Sweet revenge is on the cards. Because we'll remember this, and honestly, man of the match, the referee, I'd say, quite honestly. Absolute trash, man. Can't believe UEFA actually give out licences to people like that. Oh, that's beautiful. They got one of those people. That's interesting. You know, Ulster's, you know. Wow, you're spamming it? That's interesting. Is that the only thing you've been taught to say in your, you know, little fucking lodge schools, you twat? Fucking my chat. You lay off the crack cocaine, Chief. You lay off the crack cocaine. We're moving into the final kind of minute or so anyway. I think the overall takeaway is that we've done relatively good. No complaints. Yeah, also alert. Anyone that's a mod, please evaporate this man for existence, like the plague. Ball's been rolled forward. Could go anywhere else. They're just adding on time for the sake of it. We've got 7 additional minutes to suffer through, man. It's definitely not low on them. Feyenoord are going to try and roll it forward. ET'd as far as they can muster it. That's awkward. Still. Played around the back, kind of up towards them again, back into space. Feyenoord are more than content to just sit in their shape, to be honest with you. There's a rolled shot, that's 3, it's offside, that has to be off, right? I'd be very fucking surprised if that's on. Find a way, aye, I was going to say, good shit, raise your flag, get that fucking, I can see that for the naked eye for here. You don't need no VAR for that shit, man, he's offside by like a solid half foot. They're checking, man, but yeah, they're doing all the checks, so they're going to draw all the lines and find a way to make it work in their favour. It looks clear as day off it there though. But this referee has a tendency to make it about him, so he'll probably walk over to the monitor, stand there for 2 minutes and then make the wrong decision again. Nah, it doesn't stand, yeah, fucking no. Suck on it, Lamau. Feel our pain, feel our frustration. Are you talking about the Old Firm game, Gaz? Have you been having an entirely different conversation that I've not seen? Maybe deprived of a point's a better term, but certainly not stolen. Same as this game, it's just the rules of football have completely and utterly fucked us today, because apparently some tackles which are more airfill in my eyes have not been given once or twice, but every other situation has been yellow cards, red cards for us. That home challenge better get appealed. Lagerbielke's won't get appealed, but that home challenge better get appealed. Because it's not a fucking red card by any stretch of the imagination, but we move, I guess. Damn. Let's roll out for Feyenoord. They'll have one last kind of crack of it with a little bit of any additional time now. Only got a few minutes left to suffer through and then it's over with at the very least. I'm not too happy with the performance, I'll be fully fucking real with you. But all things considered, it's one of those ones you can kind of shrug off and just go, fair enough, man. Headed clear, let's see where they go with this one. We actually have the ball in their final third for the first time in like 10 minutes. Quite literally a tale of two halves, boys. That's the best way to put it. Tale of two halves. Yeah, that's the way to look at it, David. We never knew. It's just disappointing because we genuinely could have got something out at least something out of today's game. They're not going to shoot that all day, man. That's twice in a minute we've got any other box, or at least on the edge of it, and we've just not shot. This is stupid. Yeah, Johnston's been wiped out, but that's an advantage for Feyenoord. I've got it, yeah. Just feels a little bit lacklustre towards the end of the game, but it's whatever. Although, thank you for all the subscribers and stuff we did. We've won away for 790, that'd be very cool. Are we playing on Saturday? Yeah, we'll cover all that shit right after the game. It's been kind to us to an extent, because it's got the decisions correct that they've needed to get correct, but it's also screwed us with home. But Feyenoord definitely deserve the win. It's hard to argue against it, you know what I mean? But it's kind of hard to lose when you're playing against 9 men. If they'd somehow found a way to fuck it up, then it'd be one of the greatest upsets probably of the first match day, to be honest with you. Ball's bonked around. Maybe we'll get one last roll of the dice. I'd like to hope so. Yeah, I mean, it could have been worse. You just have to take it on the chin and move on, Chief. You're spot on. I'm not looking forward to playing Livingston. Yeah, that game won't be that won't be fun. I'll give that a little preview like I do with every other game at the end of the 90 minutes, but I kind of want to see this one out. They're still down trying to claim fouls. Let's just say Feyenoord's rode their luck just a tiny wee bit. Just a tiny little bit. But there isn't too much time left. Oh my god, Lazio equalised in the last minute. Providel scored against Atletico, so they've got a point. That's going to complicate things a tiny bit. So we'll be at the bottom of the group for match day 1. That's kind of not surprising, but at the same time, goddamn. Fair enough though. See what happens when referees don't red card your players for no reason. It means you can still be in the game late in the match, unlike today. But that's full time, gentlemen. It's over and done with. That is painful. It's painful. Let's say that much. Damn. Yeah, a few of them are kind of sitting on their knees almost, just kind of like taking in the fact that they put in a good performance. I can't really discriminate against any of the players that have been on the pitch, but 2 players, and both of them are defenders. You can't really complain about it. With our goalkeeper scored. Why can't we have nice things like that, man? Fuck's sake. Hart could have redeemed himself big time if he'd scored a 90th minute equaliser, imagine. Yeah, we'll take them out home, that's the best way to look at it, but they ain't too happy, all things considered. Rodgers is going around trying to give his thank you to the away crowd and stuff, but definitely not the performance we were hoping to see, but again, you can certainly take worse things from it. If you are here just for the result, take a look, it's right there. I will have a look at the actual in-depth stats because they definitely had a better second half, but when you consider the fact that we were down to 10 men for the better part of half an hour and technically 9 men for about 25 minutes, it makes you feel a little more optimistic about it, because the fact is the first half we did very good, we just didn't capitalise on the chances. Maeda had 1 or 2 good opportunities. Good defence for Feyenoord in the first one, and this really good save in the second one, and that was the difference today. Feyenoord's defence did the basics correctly. We panicked, and panicked big time. That fucker right there, swear to God, man, what a letdown. I feel bad for Ulm. They should appeal that 100%. But what were all the other score lines then? Let's have a nosy. Barca beat Antwerp 5-0, that's not a surprise. Lazio. Yeah, Providel. Is it actually a goalkeeper? Fuck me. It was, aye. Interesting. Well, there you go. That's history in itself. Goalkeeper scoring in the Champions League, but that's our result tonight, unfortunately, and yeah, not exactly good. Don't say that, you're going to the Livy game. The Livy game's, I mean, it's one of those ones, you know what I mean? It could be worse, it could be better, but let me go and have a look through the next few match days, because obviously, got Livingston and I believe Motherwell after that, so Livingston is the next one, that's at 12:30, so I have to get up early for that game, which fucking sucks. I am not a morning person. I always hate 12 AM, 12:30 AM kind of kick-offs, like those early afternoon bullshit. I don't like that, man. I like to sleep. I am a nocturnal being. I don't like that stuff at all, but yeah, I've got to do it 2 weeks in a row. That was meant to be at 3 o'clock and then they fucking changed it for the fixture lists, which pisses me off even more because I need to get up 2 weeks in a row at 12:30. But the next 2 games are quite big for us in that sense, and then obviously, can you show me just Celtic's matches? I keep clicking on their badge for a reason. But we need to beat Lazio on the 4th of October. That game is big. We have to take points in that match regardless now. Yeah. That is true, by the way. Gaz always does put a -1 on his coupons. The Lazio goal has made the group very interesting, but at the same time, it means that we have to basically beat Lazio because they're the team that I would imagine would be chasing for third. And oh, Nicky Butt, I forgot about Nicky Butt. Aye, so there was. Fair enough. Can't really argue with that. I think when you look at it as a whole, it was definitely not the worst performance in the world from us, to be honest with you, but certainly could have done better. But these next few games are kind of big for us in that sense. Livingston and Motherwell. There's still 2 more games this month, so you'll see me twice more this month at least. You'll see me again in less than 4 days, because obviously on Saturday we'll be playing against Livingston. That'll be a pretty interesting one, but that's all for the kind of game side of things. Aye, that was... I mean, for a better luck of the world, it was quite shit. It was very bad. It was not the best performance I've ever seen first, but again, you can't really complain about it when you look at it like that. It's not bad. Put £5 on 6 games to win 40 back. Not bad. Nice little accumulator. But we did quite well stream-wise today. I mean, I'm not sure what... Yeah, 789 we finished on in terms of subs. That's quite cool. So thank you for that. That's quite nice. I'm just looking through it. Yeah. It's very rare that we concede or like if we concede we lose outright, but if we score we don't concede goals very usually. It's only been 1 or 2 games or instances of that this season. But for that point we've woken up a little bit, you know what I mean? We get a... I can let that one slide, to be honest with you. It's a whatever result, you know what I mean? That was one that could have swung either way, but it just means that the next game against Lazio is pretty fucking crucial for us to get anything that we want out of this Champions League campaign, because realistically 2 points isn't going to cut it. Really, it's one of those, but that's the group as it stands. It's an interesting one. Nah, no problem at all, Mark. You take it easy if that's you heading off, man. Hope you have a nice night. What are you thinking for the Mora, guys? What are you predicting in terms of like overall score? Are you saying that it's going to be like a... Because I mean it's Betis, right? I mean let me go into this screen for a second because I'll pull up Rangers now on a different tab and see what their fixtures. Because are yous away? I don't know if yous are away in the first game. I'm not if yous are at home. Yous are at home in the first game. But yeah, I mean, that's probably your second hardest game of the group, to be honest with you. So let me pull this one up. Yeah, there we go. So that's the game that he's got to look forward to 2 days from now. It's on Thursday, but that's the next game we have in the Champions League. We have to, ideally we have to win it, but it's no like a half but or if but or maybe. We have to do something and get a result in that game, and obviously the same applies to the next 2 in the league, because obviously, I mean, we'll want to get a result against Livingston, ideally. You know, they're frustrating for a reason. They've had 3 draws this season. That tells you exactly what their game plan is. Nah, exactly. We don't care what it is. Win, lose or draw. Win, lose or draw school. I'll still be here at the end of it all. I'm still a Celt through and fucking through. It's a loss, you know. We can take it on our chin and move on. We're not going to implode any toilets over it or anything like that. Yeah, disciplinary issues seems to be a big thing for us, because I think that's an issue in training as well, right? They must be going over the top in training, and that's why there's so many injuries. Because that's what makes sense to me, right? Because if you're Rodgers and you're teaching them to be physical, then I get it. But the Scottish League is a lot more lenient with fouls than in the Champions League, and you've seen it today, because there's about 400 decisions where in the SPFL the referee would just be like, play on. But the Feyenoord just had a lot of the luck with how the referee kind of made decisions today, and granted VAR saved us once or twice, but it also cost us way home. I still don't understand how they justified that. Well, I wouldn't really put the label a worst team in the Champions League. There's still other teams to play, man. There's still teams like Lens and all that stuff. And again, we were down to 9 men against a good Feyenoord side. They're Dutch champions. It's not like Ajax. And again, if you want to make comparisons, guys, last season when Rangers went to Ajax, you got hammered 4-0 without going down to 9 men. That's the difference. Or was it like 4-1 or whatever the fucking scoreline was? So yeah, we didn't cover ourselves in glory, but didn't play horribly, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. But yeah, that's the next game you want to take a date of there. All things considered there. All things considered. I won't ever have the worst record as last season. If we do, I'd hang my head in fucking shame. Yeah, and I mean, we started off only conceding 2 away from home, and arguably the second hardest fixture on the list. So I don't see us having the worst goal difference, and we'll certainly be looking for goals to balance it out for us. That's my opinion. In all honesty, I think we'll make good use out of that. I just seen that you hanged my thing and going live, Flash. Thank you for that. I forgot to do that entirely. But yeah, it's one of those ones. Oh no, here comes the drama. And here we have 2 of the wildest creatures known to man. The Celtic fan and the Rangers fan. 2 of the most volatile creatures when they're in close proximity to each other. Let's have a look at what they're saying. So don't see how we are Scotland's shame when that happened to Celtic, mate. That is very true, however, Celtic are a based football club. Rangers are not. Full stop, there you go. Problem solved. How you doing, Condom, man? I was hoping to hear from you at some point. Where do you start exactly? Give us your rundown, man. Give us your rundown. That's true, but we've been to them and won, guys. That's the difference. We're winners. We have trophies. So yeah, we've technically been to a European final in my lifetime, that counts. And old Big Ears means more than anything to me. It's the kind of the iconic signature of our club to be the first British team to win it. Yeah, Ario, you've made a really good point. See, when we get Carter Vickers back, we're good. When Rivitsky comes back, even better. When we get Phillips back, banging. But Lagerbielke wasn't ready for tonight's game. You could tell it based on the first kind of half an hour of his performances when he got that yellow card, that mistake that led to that first yellow card. You could tell he was kind of like Bambi on skates kind of thing, but... because back then it was the Champions League, guys. It was like, you know, it was the Cup Winners' Cup. It was for like every single, you know, champion. So you had to play that type of weird format. It's different now, obviously, and you know, if you handed every team the same amount of money every season, you would see a major switch up on who's where, because that's a thing. Fan atmosphere is a big thing, and that's a big part of why Rangers got to their Europa League final. It's a big part of why Celtic got to theirs back in Seville, and it always seems to be a thing. Like, the only reason I wanted Rangers to lose that much more was because it was in Seville and you could get a taste of how bad it was for us. But that was about it. We had to beat an Inter Milan side that had absolutely decimated every other club they'd played to that point. Like, Inter Milan, my favourites to win that game massively. Like, think if... I mean, actually, tonight was a good example. If, like, fucking Red Star Belgrade went to City and won. Like, we had to go to Spain, which isn't too far away from Italy, and we brought way more fans than we should have, and made one of the greatest atmospheres there ever was. And there's still a nickname for our team. Like, yeah, you can look back on teams like Real Madrid that have won the Champions League 101 times, but if you say to anyone, Lisbon Lions, they'll go, Celtic. Because it's happened before when I've spoken to people. Like, when I did my work experience out in Malta, I'd go to people, I support Celtic, and they'd be like, Lisbon Lion, and you'd be like, aye, then. It's definitely open for debate, you know what I mean? But again, it's one of those where Celtic has history, Rangers has history, can't we both just accept that and move on? You know, it's like, I'm not wanting to look on the past, I'm wanting to look in the forward, and let's be honest with you, the future looks okay for us. We've got money in the bank, we have a sustainable, you know, balance that we can rely on. There's not as if we're worried about that kind of side of things. We're fine, we're set in that sense, but I'd just like to see a little bit more in the attacking sense going forward. We had the setup today, we had the right ideas, the tactics were bellissimo, they worked fabulously until we got red carded, and then it all fell apart like a fucking shitty Lego house, you know what I mean? Just, you can hear the sound effect as it happens, but by all accounts there was no... Yeah, you had to go through preliminary qualifiers and stuff like that, guys. It was a round robin system, so you basically had to... I'm not sure how many games it was. I know the modern day Champions League has more games overall if you include the group stages, but back then they didn't have the group stages, you just went straight into knockout rounds. Yeah, Dundee they've got into a final. Aberdeen won theirs in Gothenburg in '83 exactly, so you have to... Every club has history, every club deserves to have that, but you know, you have to make history in the now as well. It's not just a case you look back on it and smile, you know, you have to show that you're worth, and Celtic showed shades of that tonight. We definitely showed shades of it. Yeah, back then it was you played football for the sake of it. You weren't getting players that were paying, you know, 35 grand a week to run out, or, I mean, look at Man City's wage bill. Fuck's sake, man, you could, back then you could build a whole club, probably a whole ass league in a country for that type of money, but that's what you spend on just a player nowadays. But back then in the 60s, 70s, you played the game because you loved it, not because it made you rich, and it's taken away from football a slight bit because, again, you look at it tonight, despite Celtic and Feyenoord, two very historically rich teams. I mean, these two played in the 1970 final. That's how big of a game this is historically wise, right? There is a big history between this tie, but BT prioritised Man City and Red Star Belgrade. Red Star Belgrade are quite literally the worst to ever win the Champions League, and Man City are Man City. They just overspend to get what they want, and yet we're just supposed to sit there and be like, aye, that's fine, broadcast that game overall, so let's suck my nuts. Not gonna happen. Maybe not corruption, but dodgy decisions, absolutely. think Brendan. Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones, Condor, where it's like, I get what it was trying to do. The first half there was a good tactical system and we made chances. There was certainly good things to see, but when you go down to 10 men, especially in an attacking system away from home against another team that's very attacking by nature, it's hard to balance out, man. It's hard to get that happy medium correct. And don't get me wrong, I'm disappointed at the fact that we didn't get something from today. We should have. If Hart didn't make that mistake, it makes a lot of the rest of the game seem just stupid. But if you told me at the start of the game that we'd be hanging in there to like 2 men down and we'd only lose 2-0, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, that's a fair enough result. It's just, yeah, I mean, you've kind of put it in. It's UEFA as a whole. It's the referees aren't exactly great, and they showed a good example of that tonight because they fucked up a lot. I mean, there was a lot of fouls that just shouldn't have been fouls that were given to Feyenoord. I mean, the literal set piece chance came from a foul that arguably shouldn't have been a foul. So you can make your kind of point to any case, but the game's soft nowadays. It's a way softer than it used to be, and you know, maybe it's just me, but again, you play football to get into them. You're not meant to. It's not basketball. Fuck's sake, man. I'm half expecting UEFA to come out and be like, football is now a contact-free sport. If you touch anyone, you'll be sacrificed to the god Odin, and if you try and refute that, we'll also sacrifice your family just because we're cunts. And that is how they work. So yeah, one of those, you know what I mean? It's one of those. Just keep an eye out to make sure I've not missed anything family. What, listen? Yeah, I actually, Virgil, just read up chat a little bit there. You made a very good point. Give Scottish teams the money of other leagues and watch Scottish teams, especially Celtic, dominate you. Because fan bases can carry you so much further than players can. See the saying, football without fans is nothing? We don't use that as a motto just for the sake of it because it sounds nice. It's the literal case. Feyenoord tonight was a prime example. Their 12th man was the reason that we got sent off. Fuck's sake, man, they screamed and shouted for every conceivable foul, and 80% of the time the referee bought into it and gave the foul. So the 12th man is certainly does have its sway. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, our record now in the last 20 Champions League games, guys, is 5 draws, 16 losses. And then in there, 2 wins. 2. One against Anderlecht and another one against... I mean, fuck it, you're going back a few years now. That's literally my case in point, like Benfica. Yeah. But regardless, you support your club until you don't have a reason to support your club. And I support my club to the day I die. It's the same way I still support my local team despite them getting relegated every fucking goddamn season and playing in the Lowland League now. But I still occasionally go up and see what they're doing. If Celtic ain't playing, I'll kind of occasionally stop in and be like, I'll be in Rovers, what's happening there? They played not too long ago and they won in a last minute winner after fucking being 2-0 up, man. It was stupid. Big win, Janssen. Exactly. It's like every club goes through a rough patch, you know what I mean? Like, even in Europe, teams go through rough patches. Take a look at PSG. They're a prime example. Wait until they win their first Champions League and then they'll start rattling them off. The same way Man City did last year. You break that duck, everything makes sense. Celtic just need to get a away win. If we get an away win in the Champions League, we're good, we're golden. Fucking Pedro Caixinha, yeah, I remember him. Honestly, Graham Murray was a better manager for you. Yeah, there's been, you know, you've had fucking Hoa Beach Ball Sundays, you've had Nakamura's last minute winner to take the title away for Rangers. Like, there is a whole charade of games where bad things happen, regardless of how good you play. So today was an example of that. Celtic played well, didn't get the result. It's not really our fault, it's not really anyone else's fault. Feyenoord played well and deserved the result, but if you ask anyone that was at the game, you'd be like, yeah, the red card played a very big role in why Feyenoord won that game. It wasn't their play. It wasn't the way they built up for the back. It was quite simply the fact that they were playing against 10 men, then 9 men for the better part of, half an hour of football. That's going to obviously swing things in Feyenoord's favour. Pitch to an extent, Marco, but not horrible. We played alright. That's the way I'm looking at it. Could have been worse, could have been better. Aye, they wouldn't play for him because he was like a temp manager, wasn't he? Aye, Lazio's I just had a look at the last minute winner on the side because it was showing the goals for the other games while the pundits were talking. That goal was very good actually for their goalkeeper, to be fair. Like, actually fair play to him. But that's what I'm saying. If you have all your players on the pitch, you can do stuff like that. We couldn't get that same thing. No, there's my power phone in it. I don't know if he's outside or not. Hibs fan. Silence. Silence, Hibs fan. Fuck's sake, you nearly bottled Conference League. In fact, didn't you bottle Conference League football? Convinced she's did. How you don't talk shit, man? You're like our wee brother. Shh. The only thing that Hibs do that's good, that provides us any sort of actual fun, is the fact that you sing Sunshine and Leith. Besides that, what do you do? The final win against Antwerp, to be fair, they did very good in that kind of sense as well. We'll stay alive for another 5-10 minutes. Why is... Right, fuck's sake, it's not going to answer. I don't know why he keeps trying to phone me if he knows that he's in a place with shit connection. I'll try and phone him and see if that works. Because my pal was at his mates watching the game. Newcastle aren't ready for the Champions League. They played alright. I mean, they got a point against Milan. They didn't, again, they were very defensive about it, don't get me wrong, but they got a point. You can't argue with it. Yeah, for some reason he's trying to spam call me, but it's not, like... He keeps trying to F1 there, I don't know why. Same with Aberdeen, yeah. Yeah, there was a big chance for Scottish teams to pop off this season, instead they just decided not to. Like Aberdeen got Conference League, didn't they? Their first game was against Eintracht Frankfurt as well. Aye, yeah, it's literally just phoned me saying that his internet wasn't exactly great. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you there, Marco. Fair enough, at least you're a Habs fan with common sense. Playing for the shot is all I really care about. And there was a few players that did that tonight, you know what I mean? Maeda was great. And I'm going to say this clear as day right now, by the way. Maeda, absolutely man of the match. He was fantastic tonight. Don't take anything away from that boy. He gave it his all. Please. He was very good. Anyone that's watching this as a VOD, take it from me. Maeda deserves a lot of credit. Kyogo did well for the time that he was on. Palma was swung left to right about 15 times, so fair enough. You can't blame anyone that's not midfield and up. Is it going to work this time?
Wait, I'm on my 4G now, but what the fuck's going on with Sky right now?
I've no clue. It's just, I'm still it's still live, but what's good? Is it the game?
I'll phone you once you're done.
Alright, cool, I'll get your phone back in like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm kinda in the wrap up phase of this thing anyway, so I'll be done in like 5 or 10.
Wait, wait,
Alright, speak to you in a bit, Chief. Aye, I'll need to wrap up the stream relatively soon, so let me pull up Spotify. But at least I know Streamlabs works when it's run as an admin. It didn't crash, it didn't sacrifice my soul, so I'm quite happy about that. But if you've got any questions, please throw them in right now, because if not, then we'll be ending the stream relatively soon. Yeah, I mean, Conloy's made a good point there. I mean, Newcastle deserved to get something out of the game. If you actually go and look at the Champions League games, which I'm going to have one last look at all of the kind of scores across tonight. There's Champions League and I get Europa League. That's there we go. So here are all of the. Once I pull this up, I'll get all of the score lines from today. There we go. So they're all the. That's the entire rundown of match day 1. Obviously, just for those that are Rangers fans, but besides that, yeah, I mean, Milan were very good, but Newcastle just defended. They had a really good chance at the end where Almiron kind of whiffed it over the bar. That could have been good for them, but fair fucks to them for being able to kind of hold out there. Leipzig had a bit of a scare against Young Boys, who are always a frustrating side by their own right. They're a very underrated team, but they managed to come through. Obviously, Benjamin Šeško is one of the best young prospects in the world. He was very good in that game. Obviously, PSG beat Dortmund 2-0 and quite comfortably so as well, although Dortmund's big issue is kind of similar to what Celtic's is. They can't put them on target half the time, but PSG got lucky, 3 shots on target, managed to score 2 of them, fair enough to them. Porto absolutely probably outplayed Shakhtar, not actually as bad as I thought. They just took their chances and all of the goals came in the first half an hour, fair enough. And then obviously we had a look at the other results there. Barcelona, who scored for them? Own goals, brace for João Felix, Lewandowski and Gavi, not bad by any means. And then obviously the last minute equaliser from their goalkeeper Provedel. And then our game, unfortunately, which, take it or leave it, wasn't exactly the greatest performance, but I really hope we appeal that home red card. That would be very nice. I'm never going to write rip Sociedad. I don't think you understand how good Sociedad's lineup is, mate. I think Sociedad beat them. I think Sociedad beat Inter Milan. If they're at home anyway, they beat them. You're going to be streaming the. I presume you're asking if we're going to be streaming the Betis and Rangers game. Nah, because it's not Celtic or Scotland related, mate. A couple of teams I support. I might maybe come live for the Liverpool game, but I've got a lot of. Again, I've got a stream to do on Saturday, and I'd rather prioritise doing that because, I mean, streaming 4 times in a week's a bit a bit much for someone like me who's very iffy about certain games, you know. But I mean, I'll be definitely live on Saturday. Again, I'll pull this one up just one last time for those that are loitered about. And thank you for all those that have loitered about long after the stream goes. Usually people just precipitate, but this is the next game that I'll be covering for sure, 100%. Livingston v Celtic, that will be the game that you'll next see me, at least in terms of stream formation. I might be working on a video along the side of things to try and obviously bring extra content out until that point, but don't count on it because, again, my video making skills are quite shit, to be honest, if you've watched my videos. But that's the last thing I'll promote after the stream. If you're looking for stuff to watch, there's a bunch of VODs from all the old videos or all the old Celtic fixtures if you want to look through those. But there's also videos just in general if you want to take a look through those. The most recent one I'd recommend is the Scotland video, because that's the one I'm most proud of. Or you can take a look through last season's SPFL ratings and stuff like that. They're all options if you want to go and watch them as well. But we will pull up the outro one. Where is it? Freelancer, there you are. Bang in a boop. Not bad by any means, not bad by any means. Do you think you're going to... Nah, they're not going to win the Premiership, man. As good as you think Tottenham or Man City are just going to run away with it. Hey there, Cal, nice to see you, mate. You'll be here for the stream in the weekend. Good, glad to hear it, man. I'll be happy to have you there, Chief. I appreciate that, Paul, man. It's very kind of you as well. But we'll get ready to wrap things up and stuff like that. Music is on, everything should be working. But yeah, it seems that I've fixed most of the streaming issues. It hasn't crashed. That's big pog. We made good progress towards 800. That's the end of the goal month, and we've got 2 more streams to get 10 subscribers. So if you know anyone that hasn't subscribed and you think they'd like this sort of stuff, please be sure to get them to come and subscribe, because that would help me out massively. But yeah, by all accounts and by all things considered, we didn't win, but who cares? We'll bounce back and we'll make sure that it counts for the next time. We've got Livingston and then Motherwell after that, and obviously we're back at it again on the 4th of October, and that's when we play Lazio, and that will be a big one for this season, absolutely. We could win the Champions League with them. Are they even in the Champions League? I think they are, I'm not sure. My brain's kind of switched off and stuff like that. Again, I've covered a lot of football today, I've been watching football today, so my brain's a little bit thingied, but we'll go into the zoomy screen. There we go. But yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for coming along, thank you for supporting me and all that good stuff. It's absolutely mind-blowing to see how quick we're pushing towards 1,000. It was sarcastically a goal that I set at the start of the year for a laugh, and the fact is we're actually close to getting there, so thank you for your support, thank you for everything. We didn't get the result we wanted today, but it's fair enough, it's whatever. By all things considered, we could have done much worse, but I'll see you on Saturday for the Livingston game. By all accounts, we'll absolutely get into them, and hopefully the plastic pitch won't tear us a new one. But until next time, thank you for watching. I've been KKZ, and Celtic are still the best goddamn team on the planet. I'll see you next time, boys. Catch you.